Welcome back to another stream of Our World 2. Last time we left off, we had cleared the vast majority of the place. Got two companion quests to do, the main quest in this little place right here. I'm gonna go in here and see what the deal is. See what these guys are doing. Well, I can't see because of the shit-ass beam. Dude, why? Don't knock me out of my thing. It's annoying. Man, this gun's sick. Oh, I almost died. Oh, I didn't because of my armor, I guess. Well, the immortal armor came in clutch, chat. We didn't even accumulate any uranium poisoning because of our one perk we have. Come on, get up, you lazy bums. Ay. Absolutely. Stay at these lazy ass bums just going to sleep mid-combat. I mean, to be fair, they don't have uranium armor, you know, so... You just got cooked. You got deep fried. Spat out. Alright. Let me up here. Oh. This guy melted. How much ammo did we use? Oh no, I wasn't paying attention. Was not paying attention. Turn that radio off before it starts blathering some assonant shit I don't really want to listen to. Alright. I'm gonna do over here before we go up the ramp. What's over here? A door. Unlock. Let me have a little look. There's a body over there we can loot. This is just the secondary way in, isn't it? Yeah. Well, there's a body over here. I'm gonna rob it or loot it. There's two. It's free. Well, I never. Oh, this guy looks cold. We should warm up before it's too late for him. Get himself next to a heater or something, you know? But it's all too late. I mean, I really kind of know where that goes. I have no interest in going up there that way just yet. Let me get my loot. I don't know what the deal is with this place, but fuck it, man, we ball. Probably a future quest, maybe even a Tristan quest, maybe. But Tristan's been a bitch and just went to go get some milk and disappeared.
I understand this spot has strategic significance for the defense of the archive. It is horrifyingly burned off. I mean, I've been stationed at some backwater burgs in the past. Seriously? These order eggheads do anything for fun around here? Magic charms and chalkboards and... How many abakai does one outpost need? Because I'm throwing all of it away.
No. Wasn't much in here. Oh, give me that. Considering it was had a lockpick requirement, all we really got in there was a trauma kit. Which I don't use and just hoard anyway, you know? So it's like, whatever. At that point, did we even really get anything? I think not. Nope, nothing to loot over here. Maybe... Oh, no. Why did it just throw me forward a little bit? Invisible wall? Yeah, invisible wall. There's probably nothing up there. Highly unlikely to be anything. Can I... No? Question mark? Or maybe... Invisible wall. Invisible wall, chat. Alright, I know there's some deckhead over here somewhere.
Sources detected. Engaging camouflage. Skeleton has been liberated.
Indeed it has. The situation has been rapidly deteriorating here over the last few hours as anti-choice forces continue probing our defences. One must assume this is all part of a larger, long-term plan by the presiding bishop, despite how such moment-to-moment setbacks feel on the ground. Oh, as I began jotting this down, we have received orders to evacuate in short order. The timing is understandable. The destination is curious. Despite the unique research study presently underway at Laplace's garden, it has evidently been deemed the most ideal fallback location by the Laureate Council. I am deeply gladdened by the prospect of leaving this place, but I question if I want to take part in the experiment. Open. Little raw. Huh. Let's see what it does. Little raw. Not useful for that build then. Because we do not have any points in explosion. Which I might change, just so we can get into that one room. I might see if I can cheat myself. Explosion to 7 to get that one room open and then shoot it back down to 1. So I wouldn't do it if there wasn't an audio log in there. But there is an audio log in that room, and I want to hear what it says, you know? I really wish companions had like their own skills that you could use for checks like that. Or something like that, but no. No dice, unfortunately. Read logs. Prognostics report, Spyton. Just a brief message to note that your usually weekly near-future prognostics report has been largely superseded by the Laureate Council's decision to evacuate Spyton for Laplace's garden. These orders represent a rare occurrence, and they're absolutely certainty. This is 99.98% likely to happen. However, there remains an 18% chance that anti-choice invaders will overwhelm the opposition before you and the final residents complete the relocation process. So please keep ever so mindful, especially of your north flank. Additionally, present numbers for those still at your location are 3,179 in the square root of pi. Yours in science, Seer Ogden Landry. SS defense system, turrets disabled. I wonder why the turrets are disabled. What could have happened to them? Been back there. Been in there. So the only place left is in here, which goes to who knows where. Oh, it's barred short. Well, never mind then. Never mind. I think that's all well and good then, yeah? That needs Mausal and that needs Inez. I'm gonna go to Newton. I'm gonna open up VMod for the second. Now, 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 now. What are these? Hold on. No.
Oh, hello. Cogitate here often?
Is there a thing? Edit skill points. I can do that. Can I do... Chat, all I can do is edit skill points. I can't put it back down. So I guess we'll just have to put up with it. Right, how much do we need? Is it this? 11 explosives. Alright, well, shit, man. What does it do besides that? Okay, that's fine. It doesn't really make it as too disgustingly powerful. Alright, play. I'm gonna do a manual right here too. While that's doing that. Edit skill points, control numpad for actually just do it like this. Edit skill points. Boom. Okay. Actually, hold on. I'm just gonna do that. Because that was bugging me anyway. Perfect. And then I'm gonna take that back down to 0. And I'm gonna give myself 1 perk point just so I can get commando. So I'm gonna give myself 2. Commando, where is it? Where is it? Is it not alphabetical? It is. And then I wanted this. Alright, now I'm happy. I'm not happy. Let's see what's in here. Set a detonation timer. Let's put that for a countdown of 10 seconds. Because now we can switch our hats back and forth without having to like constantly re-equip shit, you know? And I can see what's in here. Oh. Well, I didn't realize they would not take kindly to that. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, a pitchball card.
Well, we have visitors. At first, we thought they were converts to the Order, newly initiated into the wonders and glory of the plan. And they apparently mistook us for believers of their zealous delusion. They are nonsensically worshippers of the rifts. Actual rifts. Supposedly, through the rifts, we transcend this world and are united in an ethereal utopia, instead of the more likely experience of having one's atoms ripped apart. Still, despite their peculiar notions and rituals, we did not take them disqualifying of our good grace and hospitality. Until they tossed Johansson into the rift. And while I cannot say for certain what happens when you pass through a rift, those of us who remain have no intention of finding out. We are planning a quiet exit in the night.
I don't think the quiet exit worked for them, chat. I really don't. But in any case, I think we are done. There doesn't appear to be a cheat here to bring certain NPCs to you. Key location teleport? I don't know what that means. No, alright, I'm gonna quick save. I'm gonna turn it off since we don't need it anymore. I was just so I could get that log. It might close the game. It did not. Alright, bye. Let's see. So we need Marisol and Inez. So let's go to the incognito. And we'll grab Marisol and Inez. And we'll do these. Is that Tristan? Oh, it's not Tristan, it's Inez. Got my hopes up for nothing.
Got a lot on my mind, but I can make time.
What's happened lately? I'm sure you have some thoughts.
The Order's really got some nerve, acting all superior over Auntie's choice. They mock us for our experiments, but here they are, drugging their own folk en masse. Ain't any different from us in the end. Though, guess it really goes to show the power of public relations, huh?
No more.
Hey, need something?
What's your opinion on the crew?
Sure. Got someone in mind? Fine by me.
I don't know what she wants to talk about. No idea. Maybe after taking it into the field and she'll say something. And we haven't had a patch update, so I'm assuming Tristan is still nowhere to be found. Yeah, unfortunate. Truly unfortunate. Take them off for the second. Ibanez and Marisol. We should have looked at the companion perks while we were there, because we had level 30 available. But no matter, we can do it with these two here. I'll give her that. Now, Asal, what have you got? That's interesting. I'm gonna go for this one, energy relay. Let's do this one over here first.
This must be. Commander, hold up a moment. Are you hearing that? It's some manner of distress signal. Encrypted. One of Auntie's, I'm certain, but this one ain't entirely familiar to me.
Go on then, decrypt it.
Can't unless you have an Auntie's Choice patented codebreaker on your person.
I might, you
Reckon
never
we'll need
know.
to find the signal source. If it's not to do with the lab, I'll be damned. We should press on.
Actually, I'm gonna put a marker right here. But when they inevitably release a patch that fixes the that one terminal being under the floor. I want to get there quick to turn this awful noise off. I hate it.
What in the void? Whoa, I think I've seen enough death to fill 3 lifetimes. It don't get any easier.
Come on, open up, Inez.
What happened here?
Come on, Inez, open up.
He spent his last moments crawling over to this terminal from the wreck. Sorry, friend. He's got a code breaker on him.
Why didn't I find it when I looted him? That's good to know, she wants to see where it leads. Alright then, open up then. That noise better be off when we go inside. It's gonna be annoying as fuck otherwise.
That powered up the elevator. Signal's stronger than ever now. These poor bastards must have been responding to it same as us. This must be the lab.
At least
You think?
Auntie's Choice had the good sense to leave the back door operational. Can't say I'm yearning to see what they've done with the place, though.
I just want answers. Let's go.
There's... No, it's not a thing on there. Algid Menagerie. Oh, thank fuck, it's off in here. I don't care.
I'm trapped in my office, by the foyer. The others, I fear they might have lost their lives at the hands, claws of escaped beasts. Mind yourself.
That's him. That must be the doctor. He's got no idea an entire squad died trying to fly in here and save his sorry ass.
That's assuming he care. I'd give that roughly a 1 out of 10 chance.
Bad news is how long it took for us to hack into the building. Fingers are still falling as I type. The good news is that the Order were apparently dumb enough to leave all this equipment behind when they hauled out. Don't they know value when they see it? Their loss, our gain, I say. Figure most of the machinery can be repurposed for just about whatever we can dream of. Tell that a member of the Experimental Sciences Department was scouting for new facilities to commandeer. Was even offering a handsome finder's fee. Reckon that'll take inventory and send him word straight away. Now watch out, I'm gonna turn up the sensitivity just a smidge.
I've had enough of close calls with Seradium for one lifetime, thank you.
Oh, yeah, that's not great. I'm just getting rid of this guy.
Mechanist Tate speaking. I need the record to show that I have reported many times that these pressure valves have fallen into disrepair. Only to be ignored each of those times. And now I'm out here in the void and cold, attempting to stop this leak from getting worse and... What was that? creature! Blast that doctor for locking the catcher in the gun safe! This is when I need it!
Hope he got a refund on his Raptidon repellent.
Yeah, I mean, work out too well for them. Evacuation orders. But diligent archivists and scienticians, the war is encroaching on our doorstep. By my calculations, we have approximately 3.14 days, an admittedly auspicious figure, to vacate and cordon off the premises before any of our research or personnel fall into the hands of the invaders. Complete all of the calculations that are collected in timely fashion, and prepare all sensitive data for extraction. All machines to be kept on low power so when the Order actually emerges victorious, we may return and commence our research with immediacy. If the numbers guide you all. Machinery analysis. After a thorough perusal of all the machinery and equipment at our disposal, I'd have to say we hit the proverbial jackpot. Those Order not sure knew how to build a place. Everything is functioning as expected and there's enough uranium here to power our lab operations for years to come. I'm a whit concerned about the pressure valves in the boiler room. Operating them appears to require precision I'm not familiar with. I've not yet had time to test them thoroughly. There's some kind of accident to occur. I'm not sure my usual method of hitting with a pipe until I hear a loud clunk will suffice. Issue with valves. Your insistence that we research the valve network and develop fail-safe measures for said network has become increasingly irritating. If something were to become disrupted with the uranium, and I repeat this will not ever happen, I'm certain you will win the battle against a couple of knobs and wheels. My concern, Mechanist Tate, as this obsession is nothing more than a way to distract from your duties, which I remind you, is to lure the air supports from outside into the cages I provided. If you cannot handle this task, I know the executive assigned you here will be quite interested to know about it. Regards, Dr. Giles Rasmussen. Alright, let's disable the uranium flow. Oh, I can't leave that guy. So sad. So sad indeed. Alright, let's see what's down here. Oh, I think that's just another way of fixing the uranium gas. Engineering or hack. Alright, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Barge shot.
What are they doing in this place? Ain't no purpose for this. This clear disregard for life.
This is where we all know.
That's right
it's
there.
humanity that are the real monsters.
Real.
What's... Hola, Ortiz?
Is that Ortiz in there? Oh, that's crazy.
No. No, it ain't him. I thought... Commander, help me make sense of this.
Uh-huh. Now I extra want to kill this scientist.
What's going on?
I had a notion of what I might encounter here. Test tubes, records, some graphs kept on ice, but not this. Law. My heart just about stopped when I saw him. I thought Ortiz had come back, gotten himself in trouble, but no. This man, whoever he is, he's been dead for a time.
He died at least 2 weeks ago. That water's frigid and he's just beginning to decompose.
2 weeks. Law. And he's just being kept here. Not even a proper burial, just treated like a thing. Void, damn it. This poor man. The test subjects. Ortiz. All of them are dead. All of them left in ruin by the butchers running this place. All of them could have been me.
This is what happens. What Oh wow, that's a lot of information we haven't found. This is what happens when the power floor are left unchecked.
That's not always true. Auntie's Choice isn't like what you see here. They cared for us on Tau Ceti. We were little more than chattel before they liberated us. Lifted us out of the muck.
They discarded you when your first graft failed. What would you call that?
I'd call it breakage. That's what it was. I knew what would happen should anything go wrong. It made me a liability. It endangered my unit. I can't blame anyone else when I knowingly accepted the risks.
That's the oldest trick in the book. They exploit you and then said you signed up for it.
You don't know what you're talking about. All that matters now is finding that doctor. He's got a reckoning coming.
Are you okay?
My aim's steady, if that's your concern. I'm sorry. I'll be fine once we breathe fresh air again. Just need this to be over.
Ain't keen to chat, Commander. I gotta find that doctor. Oh, let's talk safety to you.
Dialogue is quiet as hell. At least in here. I wonder if there's a terminal in this room or some such that would I'm gonna look at that terminal and then speak to it and see if that opens up some of the dialogue right there. Ecological laboratory findings, a scientist's report. What began as a humorous extracurricular study of the isopods has become something of a passion. Countless hours of observation over countless bottles of Pinnacle tea has concluded in the realization that the isopods are hardy and hearty creatures. They are not lone predators. Rather, they have been found to be living in groups of families in layperson's terms, though whether they are related or otherwise biologically involved we have not yet established. They even play together in the snow. Can you imagine? As we got to know these isopods from afar, we began to fear that the archive's ongoing work would prove detrimental to the closest climate. As we are stationed here to ascertain, we are pleased to note that despite the minor erosion and melting of ice caps directly around the archive, the temperature of the planet has not noticeably increased. This is welcome news to all of us here at the laboratory, not only in regard to the ecological stability of our planet, but for the continued health and happiness of our isopod friends. The tip of the burdened iceberg. Scientist's report. It's come to my attention that my colleagues have hypothesized that I am one beat short of a functioning abacus, all for exploring the possibility of cultivating plant life on Cloister. But I'm pleased to report that I've disproved such hypothesis. After much trial and error and repeated orders of new seedlings from Eden, I've successfully nurtured a specimen of ginseng to maturity. This particular specimen's seeds have exhibited an extraordinary amount of adapted properties, leading me to believe that the plant could survive even without my careful tending. I will transplant several seedlings in the coming weeks for observation, and try to get ahead of myself daydreaming of a green cloister. Grafting lab files. Protocol in the event of malfunction. The following missive applies to all lab personnel. Please see Dr. Rasmussen with any questions or concerns. In the event of malfunction, the subject in question should be immediately contained and kept under close observation. Any further development should be noted in full. As for any subject that expires, it should be moved to the cargo hold and kept on ice within its containment chamber, in case any biological matter should need retrieving at a future date. Containment of surplus subjects. Until further notice, the following subjects are to be kept in containment under close observation. Management requests that there are no containment units large enough to host the most rambunctious of the subjects elsewhere, so for now they're to be kept on the main laboratory floor. All lab personnel are reminded to keep their distance and not maintain eye contact for too long. List of graft recipients. Triplicate grafting subjects. No signs of failure detected. Release granted after 3 days. Catastrophic failure. Platelet transfusion attempted. Release not recommended until further analysis is complete. Signs of slave failure. Subject refused observation. Release granted after 8 days. Prototypical grafting subjects. Grafted on. Catastrophic failure. Autopsy and full report has been requested. Cysty pick success. Subject exhibits greater capabilities in speed, intelligence, and resilience. Recommend transferring to a containment unit for further observation. Pod Corp pending. Subject has undergone preparation for surgery. Strongly recommend keeping its mother within our strongest containment unit. Well, that complicates things, doesn't it? Let me load this one. Maybe loading broke the script.
Ortiz?
I think loading broke the script.
No, it ain't him. I thought... Commander, help me make sense of this.
Now I extra want to kill this scientist.
I
Alright.
had a notion... Law. My heart just about stopped when I saw him.
Yeah.
I thought Ortiz had come back.
He autism and such had the same procedure. I read it on a terminal.
They did this to another person? Law. It's a miracle Ortiz even made it out. For what time he had left. Void. Damn it. This poor man. The test subjects. Ortiz. All of them are dead. All of them left in ruin by the butchers running this place. All of them could have been me.
It's worse than you're seeing. There are many reports left on the terminals back there.
Saying what, exactly?
They've captured a host of creatures too. One is a corp apparently in surgery now. No, they keep the remains of all their dead subjects just in case.
To experiment on further, no doubt. All that matters now is finding that doctor.
There we go.
Commander. I gotta find that doctor.
Yeah. I figured there would be a terminal here that had the information for them dialogue choices. And I think we're better off for doing it, you know? Narratively wise and companion wise.
Ain't keen to chat, Commander. I gotta find that doctor.
Yeah. That was for you, chat. Hope you enjoyed it.
Here! These beasts have me pinned down! Handle them straight away, please! I cannot let my genius be wasted here!
Boy, damn coward. We'll see how you beg when we're face to face.
Release cage doors.
Been there.
Critter catcher? What does this do? Shot deal minimum damage, but living enemies affected by dissolved are automatically stunned. Tranquilized critters are captured and added as a ship pet. What the hell? Even if nothing else in this missive make it this. The critter catcher is a high-powered experimental prototype. It is not a toy. While this gun was regularly used to capture various fauna of our lab in the early days, one too many unfortunate instances of forces to restrict its access. As such, Dr. Rasmussen now has possession of the sole key card to open the capture's safe and may allow access upon approval in emergency situations. Pending approval of the necessary paperwork. Once again, this gun is not a toy, and make your shots count for law's sake. We've wasted enough ammo as it is. Oh hell yeah, we can get new pets, chat. Chat, who wants a pet Cysty
Another
pig?
maintenance hatch above us, if we're apt to sneak about.
Chat. Where is this maintenance hatch? Right, oh right there. Chat, who wants a pet Cysty pig?
Those things.
What'd you go and do that for?
Did it kill it? I don't think I caught it as a pet. I think I just killed it because I have so much damage. Alright, does this open? What does this open?
This will undoubtedly go well. No, we'll leave them in there. Those things unnerve me.
What you going to do that for?
So I don't think I can actually capture the city pig. I think I do so much damage that even with it be doing minimal damage, it just kills them. I think we're cooked.
Those things unnerve me.
Built in a manner reminiscent of a question. Well, you could use a new home.
I respect a creature that unapologetically knows what it wants, even as my stomach churns.
Join me on my ship, the more the merrier. Well, I guess I didn't need to use the gun on it anyway.
I've never seen a cysty pig move so fast in all my life.
Have a new pet. Hold on. Where does the vent go? You should probably check that while we're down here. It might go to that.
Past those ursopods won't be easy. They turn mean real fast.
Oh shit. What just almost saw me?
My aftermarket parts are prime. We've suffered extensive damage from that.
I don't think I'm even getting... It's not even working against these.
Oh, I'm saved.
Oh well, whatever.
Once, please. I'm so worried that nobody intercepted my distress signal.
Oh, we got his signal all right. Let's get the bastard.
I'd offer to bet on how this turns out, but I'm afraid the act might throw off my equations.
Well, here's the last thing person I want to deal with right now, so we'll have to wait. Oh, you're dead.
I'll handle this. Go for torpification.
Wait, how the hell did you just walk through?
I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Dude, I don't understand this gun, like at all. I don't understand this gun at all. Tranquilized creatures are captured and added as a ship pet. I don't get it. That's just not happening to me. They're just dying instead. Whatever, man. Whatever. It's just not my experience with the goon. Hold on a minute. Can I get back up? I can. So where the hell does the other way go then?
Investigating hostile intentions.
Oh. Dr. Rasmussen's keycard. If certain flora might be engineered to survive in controlled environments like Laplace's garden or the sunless lab, why come we not also engineered them to survive in the frozen wilds? I've seen success in modifying the properties of hardwood plants like Arctic ginseng after all. Perhaps taking one step further is not entirely out of the equation. We'll begin with a small sample of seedlings as a proof of concept. If it appears to be a viable avenue for study, while the possibilities could be exponential. medicament dispenser.
Is
Arctic
this the
ginseng
cup that
stimulant.
Terminal mentioned? Still breathing. Only just. We were too late for the soldier back there, but not too late for this cup. We should help.
Operating a centrifuge is not difficult. In fact, this is quite intuitive. But due to repeated requests for guidance, here's your instruction manual. If you wish to concoct something like a stimulant, for example, simply gather the ingredients from the operation room and return to the centrifuge. Insert the ingredients and work the lever. Watch in amazement as the machine blends it. Once done, take the refilled cylinder and insert it into the medicament dispenser by the window. The subject will swiftly fall asleep or spring back into action. Mind yourself as said spring is within claw's reach of any fellow lab worker. But doctor, you ask, why are the ingredients stored in another room instead of up here? Well, you have Trooper Wallingford's idiocy to thank for that. Using 20 cylinders of Arctic ginseng extract to make tea put a significant dent in our stockpile of stimulants. Huh. Let me just heal up. After thorough testing, we determined that this cub is at the peak of health for its age. No mean feat for a member of its species. Such resilience lends itself well to the procedure it's about to undergo. The essential question is, if we inhibit certain behaviors and physiological responses, would the bond between mother and cub be thereby severed? And if so, might this procedure be used at large to disrupt the support herd mentality, and thereby make it easier to capture them or defeat them in a skirmish? This experiment's completion we may finally find our answer if... The rest of the report is abruptly cut off. Right.
Should be just what the adorable little, this small creature needs. Going to be a hard life out there without her parrot. Likely brief.
Well, I hope he stands a chance. You're a real rotten piece of work, you know that?
Yeah, that thing just does not do what I want to do at all. It just kills them instead. Having said that, well, how far back is this autosave? I wonder if I can... Okay. Well... How far back is this autosave? I kinda wanted to figure out if I could... Oh, no, I'm not doing all that again. I wanted to figure out if I could fix the core and the mother would be fine. But I guess not. Maybe someone else can test that out, because I can't be bothered, man. I don't want to do all that shit again. The report on the archive's ecological impact. After a careful analysis of modern blah 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 strats, blah osteopods and blah ice formations, it's been concluded that the archive continues to have a barely perceptible effect on closest ecology. I commend the foresight of the archive's architects for containing all of its processing heat so well within its walls. However, just like this perceptible effect may be, over the decades we may require more interrupted in the middle of its drafting. Evacuation orders. This message is intended specifically for any personnel who handle fauna. In addition to removing any sensitive information in our research here, I must ask that you release all arthropods in our observation suites back into the wild. Archivist Leslie has seen to it that all arthropod subjects be given the proper medicaments to invigorate them and hasten their reacclimation. Perhaps their presence outside will have the added benefit of detracting any would-be squatters from overtaking our laboratory. I'd say the chances are high indeed. If your numbers guide you, Proctor Bilal. I don't understand this. Whatever. I guess we'll just give up on the critter catcher. Invisible wall. I mean, makes sense. Alright, manual save.
There wasn't a person alive who could best the matriarch Ursapod. Yet, here you are. What a show!
You the doctor in charge here?
Indeed I am, soldier. And my, what a picture you are! What exquisite graft work. Might I trouble you for an examination?
So you're the one who butchered my friend, Ortiz. The one who tortured those creatures out there. Who killed that soldier.
What's going on? I don't know any Ortiz, I swear it. I'm just a doctor. Please, don't shoot.
Nice try. We found records that prove he underwent surgery here.
Records? I don't know of any such... Oh, bother. Fine, yes, I did complete a procedure on one Trooper Ortiz, along with 2 others. He eagerly offered himself up for this project's first human trials. Rather hasty in hindsight. I know what you're thinking. Yes, the grafting program was officially shuttered 6 months ago. That was not a lie. But I thought it a shame, and it seems I wasn't alone in that. I was recruited for this unofficial venture soon after. Don't understand the need for secrecy myself, but our sponsor demanded it. I dared not ask too many questions.
Who is the sponsor?
He's some manner of executive. I don't know his name or official title, I swear. My orders came down the long, long chain of command. I'm only doing what I was told.
Enough with the excuses. You absolute wretch. Any scientist with any shred of decency would have refused your position. Your precious data is nothing compared to those you killed.
I sympathize with your friend, soldier. Truly, I do. But if I mourned every failure within these walls, I might never operate again. You must understand that the work we do here is greater than any one life. We can change the galaxy for the better.
Got any proof of that?
If you require convincing that my experiments have led to many breakthroughs, witness me. My own lungs would have failed without my prototyping of a device to keep me alive.
That device any good at stopping a bullet?
Enough with the threats of violence. Listen here, if you choose to brutalize me, all of my research and knowledge will be gone. Forever. The suffering you've seen here will be nothing in comparison to the suffering I could prevent. Do you truly want to be the one to stand in the way of progress?
What's to stop us from killing you and taking your research?
There is no research for you to take. I purposely did not keep meticulous records. You know how it is in a competitive industry. I cannot risk someone else taking credit for my work. It's been a long time coming, but I believe I've laid the groundwork for treating injury and illness far better than modern medicine can manage. We are on the precipice of regrowing limbs that had been lost in accidents, reversing brain trauma, nerve damage, mayhaps aging one day. It would be a boon to humanity and a boon to Auntie's bottom line.
Do you have a graph that could help us?
Don't even start, Commander. I ain't keen on anything this man sells.
Let's not be hasty. I see your graft as a result of revision surgery. Your first go was botched, and you were considered a failure of the program, yes? I know what happened to those failures. Demoted, disgraced. It was horrible business. And yet, you still wear our colors. You want to reclaim your station, don't you?
You don't know anything about what I want.
Avoid this guy, you know fairly you've reclaimed all you need.
I wish I could agree with you. But I have fallen in the esteem of others. The way the other soldiers looked at me after my procedure. I'll never forget it. Whether I want to regain my position or not doesn't matter. I don't want your help. I will not benefit from the pain of others.
You think there were no victims of the first program? That your existence isn't built off the bones of those who came before? You're no more righteous than I. You simply looked away. Now, if you stay your hand, I will grant you 2 state-of-the-art grafting parts. They cannot fail. Install one of them, and you'll see my earnest intent. You were never the broken thing they made you, soldier. If you wish it, you may still become a most extraordinary specimen.
No, no. Stop talking. Stay there. Don't make any stupid moves, understand? The adults need to have a talk over here. Commander, I don't know what to do. I came here intending to make him pay for what he's done. And I can't shake the reasons I've seen to burn this place to the ground. But what if he's right? What if something in his work is worth saving? What if this is my chance to make something of my life? To be accepted again?
This research could help so many of us. This good might just outweigh the bad. I don't know. I mean, killing him would feel good, right? But at the same time, it means everything that happened for no reason. So fuck it.
I think you have the right of it. You felt that rage with me, Commander, back there in the lab with the soldier. Even now, we can see what could have been. I trust you more than anyone, I think. The fact you're of the same mind only bolsters my inclination. Now, I ain't condoning what happened here. I won't disrespect Ortiz or the other victims as such. But if we continue this research, know that it cannot, must not be like this. We can trust Doc Tinsley to set things right. One can only know goodness if they're led by example. But if this doctor doesn't take direction, we'd only be repeating the cycle. We would be complicit.
You can set the terms in as. If things work out, so many lives can be saved.
Law knows the folk hurt by the war could use the help. That's something I ain't lost sight of. I know Ortiz wouldn't have either. It's your lucky day. You'll live. Pack up your things and head straight to Fairfield to Doc Tinsley. You want to continue your work, you'll follow her lead.
Thank you, soldier. Thank you. I won't forget this, I swear. I'll unlock the cases for you now, as promised. Take the graphs you like, and let me know how they work out, won't you?
Make no mistake, I ain't doing this for my own gain. If you say you can help other folk, you best deliver on that promise. Let's get out of here before I change my mind.
Hold on, I want to rob him first. So, oh, I can't pickpocket him? Okay. Well, never mind then.
There, the grafts are yours.
Manta Queen Grafton part and Ursapod Grafton part. Interesting.
I've lifted the lab out of lockdown. You're free to leave unhindered. I'll be off to Fairfields.
Alright, what's on the terminal? Personal notes. New lab. So begins my first account at my new laboratory. I must admit, I have my doubts during our outrageously frigid expedition through the caves. As the work has found beginning, my heart is singing. With no restrictions to stifle me, I believe we'll make swift progress with the grafts. Beyond what even executives could dream, our only limit is our own abilities. Normally I might scoff at using second-hand equipment, but I must admit those older fellows do appear to know their science. They don't appear to know how to keep doors reinforced, however. That cave in at the cargo doors letting in quite a horrid draft. Mayhaps the next soldier who arrives with supplies can be put to work fixing it. That imbecile Wallingford. First, the idiot wastes countless samples of Arctic ginseng in our storeroom, and I was made off with our one-of-a-kind prototypical coverall set, the utter buffoon. Archivist Leslie has urged me to send word to corporate or to put out a warrant for his capture by other forces in the region. But no, I shan't. Not only will I not let that wandering fool bring unwanted eyes towards our operation here, but it's only a matter of time before the elements claim him, and I might send a mechanist to retrieve the prototype off his body. Poor form, Trooper Wallingford. You died as you lived. Outgoing messages. Reminder of secrecy. I have been instructed to stress the importance of keeping this lab's location and purpose secret. What we do here may only be discussed between those of us who are present in the lab at any time. Not your body's plant side or your off-world lovers are not exempt from this rule. Anyone found to be exchanging confidential information will be swiftly reprimanded and demoted. As a reminder, when you are on duty here, your only outside contact is to be with the troopers who make weekly supply drops in the moor. And no, they are not exempt from the previous rule either. Urgent. Sir, not to cause undue alarm, but I write to inform that we've experienced a bit of a uranium leak here at the laboratory, but my best mechanist is investigating the fix as I write this. I expect operations to be back up and running at full capacity this time tomorrow. Just to know that if you for some reason see a dip in productivity during this time, this would be the only reason why. I'm just as upset as you are. Sir, let's put one of my most exciting experiments to date on hold, just as surgery is due to begin. Still, I trust the results will be well worth the wait for both of us. Dr. Giles Rasmussen. Still urgent. Sir, an unwelcome development has occurred. It seems the beasts in containment are more clever than we realised. As we've been distracted with the leak, the creatures have seized the advantage and broken free of their cages. Oh how they rampage, oh how they roar. I have sent an emergency SOS signal out over the frequency used for our supply drops. With any luck, they'll hear our planes swoop in for the rescue. If they do not, well, I fear nobody will be left alive in the wake of these ravenous beasts. I might suggest putting a cover story together in case. Hastily sent. Alright, well, that's that then.
Just gathering
Yeah, definitely can't pickpocket it.
I'll head to Fairfield post haste.
Yeah. I wonder if the critter catcher is for like those pets who didn't have the skill check for to fix them, and that's why they're like that, maybe. I think I should just open that door, and then we did this right. Yeah. Alright, I think we're done here. Let's leave. Oh, almost forgot about this room. Almost forgot indeed. One bar. Too bright. Way too bright. Protective undersuit. One bar and open. Hold on a second now. This is a bug. How do I get in there? I have not seen a way to get in there. Will this help maybe? No. I do not see a way of getting in there. There's no vent in here, right? And there's no vent in here. This takes us back over here. If I was a vent that leads to that room, where would I be? Chat, I do not know how to get in there. Like at all. I don't see a way. I don't think it's in here either. No. Still not seeing a way. I have been all over this place. I do not see a vent to get in there. Which isn't ideal. Unless it's down here. I mean, it can't have been, right? Because this was just a dead end. I'm not going crazy. This was just a dead end, right? Yeah. Huh. I mean, I would think it would be back here somewhere. Aha. I think I found it, chat. It would make sense if this is it, as an alternative way to get past this uranium. In case you don't have, like, engineering or hack. And I was right. Here we are. We are in. Nothing else in here though. Yeah, that's it. Alright, let's leave. We're done here. Let's go do Marisol's quest. And then we'll go off-road to Fairfield. Now, 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 now. Alright, we're gonna do this one over here next. Now, 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 now. Come on, Marisol.
That's not who I think it is it? Marisol? Is that you? Get in before any more of these hullheads show up.
And we're in. Time to grab everything that's not nailed down. And we'll go speak to the woman upstairs. They won't miss this, surely. Oh, didn't see you there. Let's do a manual.
You're here. That is assuming you're not some sort of enigmatic mirage or baleful apparition.
She might be. Never know.
Yes. Should be plenty of wonderfully here.
Okay, well, there won't be when I'm done. Alright, perfect. Liberate our manual and let's speak to her.
I thought I would never see you again. It's been what? 19 years? 20?
21 years, 5 months, 6 days. I've kept up on a few former colleagues.
A few? Right. You retain a different admirer in every port, I'm sure.
Are the two of you glad to see each other? I can't tell.
Things were left in a,
It was somewhat complicated, even by order standards. Oh, Wait, I'm being rude. Forgive my atrophied social graces. I shoot most of my visitors lately. I am Anaïs Boujourde. Welcome to my backwater ramshackle abode.
Seer Anais Bujold.
No one's called me that in, well, you know exactly how long, apparently.
We doing introductions? I'm Inez. Don't mind the uniform, I'm freelance, and got no quarrel with you besides.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Amanda Mazzucchini, extraordinaire.
So nice to see Marisol gaining such interesting friends.
How do you two know each other?
She's mentioned the little spook show we used to work at, right? I was an analyst in predictive risk assessment. She was, in the field, as it were. Solving the universal equation is the ultimate purpose of every member of the Order. Our express remit was to identify events that could delay or derail that.
Once an issue was identified, I'd be assigned to address it.
At a certain point, I became one of her assignments.
You became a target of your own department.
I was developing a means of sidestepping much of the presumed requirements to solve the universal equation, using a series of reasoned shortcuts and educated postulations, filling in certain blanks. Trillions. Theoretically, it would hurry the process along so it could be solved in our lifetime, but it was unorthodox, risky if taken too far. I knew the Council would judge it mathematical heresy, so I attempted to work in secret. Eventually, I was discovered, excommunicated, sent here.
Others facing similar charges were often transferred off-planet, then simply disappeared somewhere along the way.
Yes. Fortunately, someone interceded.
How long have you been scaring off intruders here?
3 years I've sent them packing. Corporate leeches, brainwashed drones, whatever this shoddy little bunch is now. Think any had the slightest wit how difficult it would be to pack up 20 years of research? The sheer number of journals and binders? Why the Abakai alone? No. If they did, they would realize I am here to stay.
How often did he appear?
Well, not as much nowadays. Rather obvious there's nothing here. It's bereft of any strategic importance. All it offers is the promise of getting shot. Yet still, every now and again, someone gets a wild hair and opts wise to come calling. Suspect it's simple arrogance, really. Someone shoos them off, perhaps a mite rudely, and they take umbrage, get all prideful and huffish, and so it goes.
If I had 2 bits every time that happened to me, I'd be richer than Auntie Cleo.
When logic fails, flaws of character abound.
Assault, didn't you have something you wanted to say?
Yes. With ample time to think, I've come to recognize I made an error.
Really? That is, an unprecedented statement for you. But do go ahead, I'm listening.
The last 20 years, the Order heedlessly stumbled. First, Antes invaded, then the Protectorate. We lost the Archive. Twice. Had your work continued, I believe we'd have remained closer to our true path. If I had ignored the Council's command.
What the
It was a
talk?
mistake. I miscalculated.
If not for you, I'd be dead right now. And you were right to shut me down. My research was dangerous. A serious threat to the entire universe. I know this for certain now. I've run the numbers. Repeatedly.
Do you need the archive to perform calculations of that scale?
Had to do all my calculations long form, free of computronic assistance. Wouldn't advise it, but I've been here on my own for decades, and I remain a reasonable statistician. I calculated what might occur if my work was completed, and there is a troublingly high, statistically significant chance of things ending. Everything ending.
How is that even remotely possible?
I understand how that sounds, but I have spent years checking and rechecking each and every variable.
But your research was destroyed, right?
I assume all my notes and calculations were destroyed years ago.
Anais, I'm afraid it's not that simple. When we shut down your work, it was quarantined, not disposed of. The Order stores all avenues of study deemed dangerous near here at a facility in Winter's Grasp. Unorthodox notion reclusion.
Of all the bureaucratic... No. Winter's Grasp is crawling with Auntie's choice. A full unit just moved in. Marisol, will you... Can you...
You're asking me to infiltrate a covert installation to destroy something that could likely end the universe. Been years since anyone said something like that to me. Of course.
Just head there immediately.
I might need a little time to ready this place for unwelcome guests. Wouldn't take long.
No, you should stay here. We'll take care of this.
I foresee a 4.7% chance of me complying with that. But fine, no use arguing. Well, this has certainly been nice. Perhaps we'll see each other again sometime. Oh, yes,
Unlikely.
I'll stay put here. That seems exceedingly lovely.
Right, what have you got in your back pocket? Let me rob you. Alright, bet.
Oh yes, I'll stay put here.
Where are we going? I don't see it. Oh, here? Oh. Tristan. This wasn't a Tristan place, it was a Marisol place. Let's see how it is. Which means we'll be unlikely to selling. Be unlikely to sell to her. Yeah,
Look who finally decided to appear.
Anais, you're not supposed to be here.
Events prove otherwise, don't they? While you were taking your time arriving, I found a way inside these corporate drones haven't discovered. I've grown
did not
rather
take our
adept at
time at all.
sneaking in and out of these so-called restricted areas unseen.
You're trying to be unseen right now? Because I see you.
Yes, I do as well. Have you found anything?
Peeked around a little. They've conveniently posted signs where various types of dangerous research materials are stored away.
Leave it to the Order to rigorously catalog everything.
Oh. Stream is dropping like crazy. Alright, stream's fixed itself. Any idea where we should go?
Burn down initiation is listed on the top floor. They destroy materials through immolation there.
The research will be in reinforced containers, so enlisting the facility's own incineration measures would be prudent.
What other kinds of banned research materials are locked away here?
I saw signs for heretical miscellany, time-wasting contrivances, detrimental cognitive enhancers, and prevaricated hypotheses, in addition to cataclysmic ends.
I don't know what half those words mean. I mean, I do. Not all of that sounds particularly unsafe.
What we of the Order consider dangerous may seem skewed without context. But trust me, this place is a conceptual minefield.
Well then, shall we proceed?
Anais, stay here. Please.
I expected such to be your attitude, but I'll have you know that
I am not doubting your abilities. Quite the opposite. I need you to guard this entrance. Anyone appears, come running.
Fine. Go. I uncovered a vent in that office. Standard order redundancy measure. Let's out past the barrier over there.
I'll hang back a moment while you depower that fence. Wriggling through vents is a
Why?
young person's game after all.
Oh, that's why.
Yes, Commander.
Your former associate didn't seem pleased about sitting out Winter's grasp.
Yes, quite. Anais was always equally at home in the field. Joined on a few assignments, in fact. Rarely followed my lead. Suppose seeing the future more clearly than others can disincline one to listen. Anyhow, I'm sure she heard me this time. I owe her. If I got her killed whilst squaring that debt, I couldn't live with myself. Inquire away. I may even very well.
I'm gonna send her back to the ship right then and there.
Anyone appears, I'll just come running.
I can pickpocket her again. Alright, sure. I know I'll pickpocket her again. Oh man. Was that always there? That was probably sealed. When we were here last time. I'd be very surprised if it wasn't. That was probably a terrible idea. Right. That was probably a really bad idea to hop over that fence right there. Let's not do that. No, 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 no. What have we got here? Oh. Disinfecting spray. Oh. Ah! Ugh. That's probably a secondary way into that one room. That requires lockpicking. Let's find out. I'd be very surprised if it doesn't go in there. Oh, this is the basement. Never mind. It does not go into the lockpicking room. What's in here? A handwritten note taped to the pad warns that of the many ideologies and doctrine found inimical to the solving of the universal equation, philosophism may be the most pernicious. A tremulous screen of the dangers of philosophicism continues for blah 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 pages, all typed single space. Oh, we got some pinnacle pills, chat. Nothing else in here. Boop. 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 I'm in the basement. I am in the basement. What have we got here? That terminal is likely what the game wants us to interact with. Access overrides. Unlock burn down rooms. Disable lower defenses. I'm assuming that's for this. Indeed it is. Oh, music boxes.
Studies prove that disengaging from complex tasks for a time engages the mind in unrelated challenges has has downstream beneficial effects for problem solving. Thus, our department attempted to design a series of stress-reducing educational
Well, yap.
these efforts. After some light early successes, we refined further and received results beyond our wildest intent. Soon, members of other departments were idling away in our offices for hours, absorbed with what soon became known as brain puzzlements. My personal productivity was quite adversely affected by the mather. I still see it sometimes when I close my eyes. We finally locked it away to keep from engaging with it. Unfortunately, copies were slotted out and distributed far and wide, leading to the oft-cited equational delay incident.
Well, he's finished yapping.
Best
Come on.
attend to the matter at hand.
Think we should make for Fairfield for the grafting lab. These 2 parts I got, I'm keen to investigate. Maybe one could be a match for me. Any advantage could help us at this point. And maybe I can bend the doc's ear for a moment or two. If anyone can help me make sense of what happened with Rasmussen, it's her. I need answers. So how about it?
Of course, we'll head right there.
Thank you, Commander. I apologize for having us run about like this, but I just ain't been feeling right since the lab. Like there's an itch just beneath the skin. I'm just hoping
Just
something
box
will
into
put
your
me right
skin,
again.
rip it off.
Got a lot on my mind, but I can make time.
All right. Anyone of
Hey,
What's happened lately? I'm sure you have some thoughts.
don't think we should have let those cultists go, Commander. Willing as I normally am to give second chances, this is war. And misplaced compassion only leads to more violence. What happens should they
cares?
rally and strike again? This time better armed and with deeper knowledge of our defenses.
Then we'll make them regret it. Simple.
If you're really that unconcerned, I'm curious why you bothered sparing them in the first place. Fine. I ain't gonna harp on this anymore.
What's
Fine by
something
me.
else? Alright, let's go upstairs. What's upstairs?
Hello? Someone there? Hello? Help! Please!
I mean, I could, but why?
Thank the law somebody came by. I've been rationing my anti-Cleo Borst rockets, and you know what? Your tongue turns black if you eat them all week.
Oh, let me see.
Concerning, since it's all I have.
How'd you end up stuck in there?
We were sizing up the place, well, the lobby, when our boss ordered us to find an off switch for them traps, which required us to negotiate through or around said traps to do so. A bunch of the others got killed. I got stuck in here. Boss left with the rest. You think you could get me out somehow? Like, right about now, even?
Hold on. You're not even remotely considering releasing him, are you? A trade secret vulture from Auntie's choice? Free to roam in a building full of order secrets?
What are you suggesting? That we let this poor fool die a slow, lonesome death?
What secrets, Marisol? Everything I've seen listed on the walls here seem ridiculous.
Granted, time-wasting contrivances is concerning only to those of us in the Order. But just one of those brain puzzlers put back the solving of the universal equation by months. I certainly wouldn't want Auntie's choice obtaining research related to cataclysmal ends. Or monetizing prevaricated hypotheses, for that matter. At the end of the day, it's just an Auntie's choice auxiliary dabbler. Hardly a cute little woolly cow or something.
We can't lose sight of our principles for the sake of ease or expedience.
That's actually a valid point. We shouldn't forget who we are, and I suppose I'm not who I was.
I don't understand what you two are talking about, but it sounds positive, I think.
Do whatever you think is best here. I still don't completely agree, but I trust your decision.
I promise not to, blow up the universe. Or, whatever it is you two are worried about, I guess. Can you let me out now, please?
Oh, let's talk, Nick. Go ahead. Tell me what it...
Alright, fine, I'll let him out.
Well, that's a relief. Didn't think I'd ever get free. No thanks to you, ma'am.
Be grateful you're not on fire.
I wouldn't make him mad if I were you.
Don't have to tell me twice. This is all the bits I have on me. Not much, but thanks. I'll be out of here as soon as it seems safe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna rob you first. You're not mad, right?
I'll be out of here as soon as it seems safe.
What have we got in here? Despite multiple spread of enthusiastic anecdotal reports, the usage of the so-called smart pharmaceuticals stored here as cognitive enhancers and study boosters is banned for all within the order of the Ascendant. While efficacy may appear to improve temporarily, perceived positive effects are swiftly undercut by addictive behavior, poor hygiene, advanced cognitive decline, and worse. This applies to all items present, but 10 times with Space's choice during the time. Terminate Archivist Dezuniga. Chat 1 second. And stream is effing again. I don't know what's going on with my stream today. My internet should be fine. Sorry, I really don't know what's going on with it. I could probably
You're young and spry.
do that. But shut, eh? Let me do this. There's no alternative that I can see. Alright, we're in. Boom. Awakened seer robes. And it will never be as interesting as what we have equipped. I've completed the extensive refiling process required to separate the sequestered material archived herein the following categories. 1. Theoretically lacking, groundless supposition, oft-times regarding presumed collusion by secretive fictional cabals, though also on occasion ascribed to corpotate? What? Does it mean, I think it means say corporate, or corporate? I don't know. Political or factional rivals. 2. Intentionally spread false data, fabricated narratives and misrepresentations. Ascribe to cultural, ethnological, and/or factional rivals. Some overspill unfortunately may be present, as it becomes increasingly difficult to ascribe intent in these cases. The line betwixt those deliberately aiming at being fallacious and those simply possessing wildly delusory reasoning is often so thin as to almost be non-existent. Please note, of all the many types of hazardous notions confined to this facility, the variegated hypothesis is clearly growing at the most alarming rate. Yours in the plan, tenured archivist Zunija. Where do I go from here? Oh, there. That would explain it. Don't look up, chat. And don't look outside either. Oh, yep, there's something right there for me. Overrides. Unlock? I think I already have that room unlocked, but whatever. Disable. I'm pretty sure that unlock opens this. Or maybe this, or maybe both. You know? Put it open now.
We'll stay here.
Yeah, of course you will. You stay there while I take care of everything, huh? Is this your mission or is it my mission? Activate emergency protocols. Unlock the room. Research request logs. cataclysmic ends. I am hereby formally requesting approval to access sensitive information found inside the cataclysmic ends chamber, having found evidence that it may assist my efforts in the solving of the universal equation. Invoking security clearance level Anchorite. Approval. Security clearance acknowledged. Request provisionally granted under the conditions that is viewed under the strictest conditions within the cataclysmic end chamber, and no materials are removed from the premises. Research request complete. I have reviewed the research notes from the excommunicated CNA Buhold and properly stored them back inside the cataclysmic ends chamber. Having secured your approval, only a few pages of notes will be taken from the facility. Thank you for your assistance in this most important of matters. Yeah, that's everything.
Did I read that correctly? Seemed concerning.
Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we've got company in the form of an Auntie's Choice patrol. Seems their representative wishes to parley.
Don't shoot! Like she said, I'm just here to talk. Believe I've pieced together what you all are up to here. And I am willing to offer a mutually beneficial arrangement.
Guess we cleared the path for you, didn't we?
Why, you did indeed. And we are exceedingly grateful for it. Spied the signs on the way up. Our team has a keen interest in much of the research stored here. But cataclysmic ends, which I presume you're here to destroy, don't like the sound of that at all. By all means, burn every last trace. But let us keep the rest, and you'd benefit as well.
The idea of any Order research falling into Auntie's Choice hands is utterly abhorrent to me. I advise a rigorous refusal, as in no witnesses.
I could hear that, you know. Hoping she's not your main negotiator here.
What exactly you plan to do with the research?
Oh, nothing particularly heinous. We may...
Actually, before we go through this entire conversation, I'm gonna leave that terminal for last. I wanna see what's through the vent, and I wanna see what's in that side room. So...
Security around here was tighter in my day.
Too tight. What the hell is the point of that? No, like seriously. Is there something I'm missing in this vent? No. It really is just that meaningless. Well, whatever. What's in here? Please note all items in this area, including but not limited to the teleporter Xenon, the embattled automaton of Ziggurat Station, Malevolent Jewel of Iendo, the Whispering Cube of Professor Badri, and the scintillating heart of Vindrides Nebula, are deemed immensely dangerous and considered off-limits to all personnel. The Laureate Council. Loop grenade. Well, I never. Attached herein, strictly for the purpose of documentation rather than duplication or widespread manufacture, please note the molecular chain formula for the scientifically improbable substance known colloquially as gloop, which is surreptitiously acquired in throwable explosive form from the corpses and bales of Auntie's Choice. Given that this compound defies several fundamental laws of atomical physics, including mass attraction and conservation of energy, we have deemed it too hazardous for applications outside a highly controlled laboratory environment. Our Department of Predicative Analysis have foreseen dire galaxy-wide consequences as soon as 1.7 thousand years in the future if we were to allow frivolous use of this formulation today. As they so often do, Auntie's Choice undoubtedly acquired this volatile concoction through corporate espionage and thus have little understanding of its inherent dangers. By securing the gloop formulation here and only allowing access for authorized order academical study, we are confident we can curtail species-ending long-term effects. Tenured Archivist, Erlen Mayer. Really? What does it do then? A grenade unleashed behind a pool of gloop, lifting enemies in the area and disabling them momentarily. Wow. Must be bad then, eh? Alright, I mean... Save. Overwrite. Deactivate. Do that, even though I don't think I need to. Boom, 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 boom.
Did I believe I've pieced together what? I could hear that, you know. Oh, nothing particularly.
Let's be real too in the
We
conversation.
may conceivably utilize some information in the possible formation of potential new products. No harm to you or anyone.
Can't really predict how Auntie's Choice would market heretical miscellany. But I could easily foresee them rushing detrimental cognitive enhancers to market.
Unfortunately, she's right. And our R&D ain't what it used to be. We'd best be careful with any sensitive intel.
If your offer stands, we'll leave you time-wasting contrivances. The rest, we're burning.
Suppose I'd be reasonably happy with that. Some claim these mental recreations possess untapped commercial potential. I accept. If it's all the same to you, I'll just dawdle here while you complete the process. You know, in case you change your mind.
I'll prep the burners and make sure we have no more visitors.
Yeah, I mean, they can have some recreational shit, you know?
Control board is activated. Commence the burn down process.
Burn down controls are ready. Will you do the honors?
Oh.
Best attend to the matter at hand. We can indulge in all sorts.
Got a lot on my mind, but... If it's all the same to you, I'll just dawdle here while you complete the process. You know, in case you change your mind.
Use the tech. Can I pickpocket you again? I can.
That's scrounging around.
I'm pickpocketing this woman again. It's just free money. It's a money printer. Wait, what? Oh, it's over here. Attention order scienticians. In case of unforeseen events, this console may be used to incinerate some or all of the heretical material stored in the facility. Choose the level or burn down appropriate to your present predicament. The ever-reliable flame jets will handle the rest. Yours in the equation. Tenured archivist, blah blah blah. I'm gonna do a manual here. Therefore, incinerate the contents of every room except time-wasting contrivances.
Well then, that seems sufficiently carbonized, cinderized. No half measures from the Order. Say what you will about them, but they are nothing if not thorough.
Excellent. Well, a deal's a deal. Meet me downstairs after you're done here, and we'll settle up.
And all Auntie's Choice receives from it all are some distractful diversions. Well, that should decimate Auntie's Choice productivity for the foreseeable future. Nicely done.
My original notes and research are burnt to a crisp. It's over. Finally.
I'm sorry, but I saw on the terminal that an external party gained authorization to study it. There's at least one set of copies out there.
So it is spreading. How do we stop
Give
it?
me some time. I'll find them.
What do you need from me?
To go on and live your life. Round other people, not holed up in a dilapidated shack. We'll settle the rest.
You can't possibly expect to leave me behind again without a fight.
Why don't we burn that bridge when we get to it? We still need to get out of here first. Now's not the time for a tete-a-tete, I'm afraid.
I just want to sift through things here for a moment.
For a second, I thought it was going to let me pickpocket her again. Alright, let's go. Wait, that's locked again? Oh, I guess one of the rooms that burnt off. Wait, oh. Yeah, He wouldn't have had a good time. I can tell you that much, chat. Not a good time at all.
Business with you? I can't wait to monetize this brain puzzle garbage.
Be sure to try it. Should be right engaging for anyone with a little gray in their upper story.
Huh. Maybe I will at that. We deeply appreciate your assistance
Oh, yeah,
in further
respect it now.
expanding the ever-growing Auntie's Choice proprietary insight catalog. Be seeing you.
Suppose this is goodbye.
What you put a fight? Assistant joining us to destroy the copies.
No. I recognize that look in Marisol's eyes. There's nothing for it. Been interesting to see you. Before I forget, I meant to give you this. Little something I made.
So we're good? You and I. Everything
Marisol's mod kit, hell yeah.
settled?
Oh, I wouldn't go that far, but good as ever. Don't think I don't see what you're doing with all this, though. You've always been who you are, but you weren't you for decades. A new cause comes up and you take it on immediately. Because saving the universe is easier than confronting yourself. Whoever you are now, whoever you're going to be, just take care. Don't be a stranger.
Goodbye, Anais.
You alright, Marisol?
Thank you kindly. I think I am. Appreciate your support. Been a spell since I could rely on anyone like that. Though, suspect that's my own damn fault. Ah, Anais snuck something by me again, didn't she? What was that last thing she said? Don't be a stranger. Right. Huh. All right. I suppose you remain on my good side.
I guess we'll see how things go.
May the plan favor us against long odds.
What is going on with Twitch? It is dropping frames like crazy
If X is the
again.
square root of -1, and you distribute the two binomials together, then the coefficient is... Oh, sorry. Help you with something? Inquire away. I may even respond.
Oh, nice. Seems like she knows you pretty well.
More than anyone alive, I suppose. Not that I agree with all of her stated conclusions.
What was that all about? Don't be a stranger. I didn't follow.
In our time at the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection, I gained many colleagues. But the work had cognitive demands. Let's say I possessed more associates than friends. She needn't have worried, though. I have recently come to appreciate personal connection. Theoretically.
She said you don't know who you are anymore.
In a typically roundabout fashion, more or less. Not sure how she concluded that so quickly, but it was a reasonable hypothesis based on available data. I mean, of course I know who I am. Or that is, I know who I was. Who I am now is a work in progress. I'll revise and resubmit. May all of... Yes, dear.
I've had something from
Anything
there.
on your mind? May the...
Yep. Where's an
Go
ass?
ahead. Tell me what ails you.
I think we're done here.
Oh, thank you. I am never eating horse rockets again. Oh, thank you.
Why not?
I am never eating horse rockets again. Pleasure doing business with
Glad we could make a deal.
I can pickpocket here again. Or this person at least. Look how it just resets the inventory sometimes.
you. Carry on. Takes all sorts.
I'll take them. Alright, I think we just need to go back to our ship, then head to Fairfield, and then come back and go to the archive. Oh, and stream has went fully down. Reconnection successful. We're back, chat. Chat, I don't know what's going on. It's gotta be something to do with Twitch, because my internet's fine. It must be on Twitch's end, right? Has to be. Valerie. Inez.
Hey, need something?
No, I don't. No sign of Tristan, huh?
Sorry. Such as?
Still no sign of Tristan. Has Marisol just disappeared now as well? No, she's here.
Agent, what do you need? May.
Oh, alright. Let's go make our way to Fairfield then. Party upgrades, Marisol. Oh, we don't have the second one, never mind. We'll hit it with that one. And we'll hit it with that one too. Then while we're here, companions, Niles, what have we got? Interesting. I like this one. Even though the damage resistance does sound good. We'll give him propulsion rocket. I like the way that's set up. Let's head off to Fairfield to complete Inez's companion quest. Eden, right? Yeah, Eden. Boom, boom, boom. Transition to Paradise Island. And let's go see the doctor. What's this? Oh, that's the main quest. I'm gonna ignore that for now, since we haven't done a side part for it. We haven't fully set it up. I don't think we can hack the bounty terminals anymore, chat. Oh, we can. Never mind. So there is a hidden counter for XP then. I think. Let's buy some ammo. I would add it too. %80 discount is kinda crazy. Let's see, reputation. Holy shit. Imagine how big the discount will be at the revered part. If we ever make it that far. Save game.
Ah, Inez, have you come back for a tune-up? I've got just the injection for that. Freezes those pesky muscles right back into place.
No, yeah, a tune-up sounds good. I actually brought a few other grafting parts with me if you reckon my arm can handle a stitch or two.
Oh, these are pristine indeed. Is this of an ursopod? My, I haven't seen one of those in many years. Oh, and a mantis swarm hive. Hunting must be good wherever you ran off to.
Yeah, you could say that. Since Doc's given her blessing, which do you reckon I go with? The ursopod's mucus gland could absorb some incoming damage, if you don't mind getting a little sticky. The mantis swarm hive, however, would be best for crowd control. Say the word, and I'll sick these little guys on any enemy in our vicinity. I'm intrigued by either option, really.
honestly, I think damage resistance is probably better. Because I kill things fast as fuck anyway, so... Here's
Then I'll choose the
Podcraft.
same. Just refrain from many slug jokes.
Ursopod is a wonderful choice. Hold still, dear. There. I dare say you won't be needing any tune-ups in the near future.
And
But
that's
I do
mod
trust
kit.
you'll find an excuse to come by for the occasional visit. By the by, where did you find these parts?
Oh shit.
What is it, dear? You look, well, a bit like you've been stung by a terror ray. I've got ointment for that too, you know.
What other ointments do you have? I've got... that's funny, but no. Did you know the grafting program is still going?
Whatever do you mean? The program was shut down more than 6 months ago. Any further funding would be in direct violation of Auntie's orders.
It was off the books, Doc. We found a grafting lab way out on Cloister, still operational. Law, I ain't seen horrors like that in my life. They were brutalizing folk and creatures, paying them no mind, giving them no honor even if they succumbed to the process. The doctor there, he killed a friend of mine. And you're telling me you knew nothing of it?
Inez, I swear I didn't. That sounds... Oh, Sovereign's mercy, that sounds precisely like what I would protest with every breath.
Letting us continue.
The creatures they were experimenting on broke out of their cages, killed most of the staff. But you know what's worse? Keeping a dead soldier's body on display. Like a thing. I found the doctor in charge, still alive. We spoke briefly, and I allowed him to live. On the condition that he redeems himself and uses his research for good.
But this ain't the extent of it, I fear. I need to find out who's responsible for all the...
Oh, Inez, I know you do.
I didn't
But with
skip
the
that, by the
program
way.
officially shuttered, it would be awfully difficult to ascertain which individual has the pockets to fund such a... Wait.
Is it
this
Melba
does
Street?
Shed light on a correspondence I received recently. A vice president sent a message asking for my presence and scientific expertise to discuss a unique opportunity. I found the secrecy odd at the time, but I do suppose it lines up with your discovery.
Sounds like he's looking for Rasmussen's replacement. Interesting.
Ain't surprising. What's his name? Where can we find him?
His name is Willard Conan.
Oh shit,
VP
we've
of
seen this guy.
Experimental Operations.
Oh, not this guy. Oh,
The very man who was
Game
in charge
crashed.
of the grafting program at its inception.
yeah. Alright, we're back again. Let's get through this as quickly as possible.
Yeah, since the Mantis Swarm hive, however, would be best for crowd control. Then
But
Alright.
what is it, dear? You look...
it was up
Ba, ba,
paying.
ba, ba, ba.
Inez, I swear I didn't. Yes, I found the secrecy odd at the top. His name is Willard
This was
Conan,
crashed.
VP of Experimental Operations. The very man who was in charge of the grafting program at its inception. He's... Oh, I know that look. If you mean to do something, I beg you.
I just mean to have a little chat. I will be asking Willard to reform the grafting program. You heard from Dr. Rasmussen, right? I spared him and his research for this purpose. If there's good to be had from the program, then Willard needs to invest in that good. And you're my first choice to lead the new program.
You honor me. I did receive a message from a Rasmussen, yes. He is on his way with research to hand over to me. But
We can talk details later. We have to find Willard first.
I will help you. Vice President Conan's office is aboard the Undisputed Claim, the flagship of Auntie's choice. I do not know where exactly, as I've never been, but it's my understanding that you will need to present this calling card to gain entry. Inez, what you are doing is noble, and I wish you the greatest of successes.
Thank you, Doc. Now, you get those grafting tools ready, because I ain't intending to fail.
Me neither. Might collect a minute or just stole
Hello
something.
again. Remember not to move. What can I do for you?
Anything new on your terminal? Actually, hold on, it might be. Amanda graft possibilities. Inez's health is declining and we are running out of time. If the Minister won't grant her clearance to visit the lab, well, I'm meant to take matters into my own hands. With the fixer graft, apart from an especially hearty and powerful creatures needed. There are 2 right here on the island to choose from. Okay, well, we already know about this. Yeah. W. Coroner, an exciting opportunity. Due to unforeseen circumstances not entirely unrelated to expanding war across Arcadia, my department's new venture has found itself in need of fresh talent in the field of medicine and/or science. And that's where you, yes you, come in. I would like to invite to meet with me in my office aboard the Undisputed Claim to discuss this exciting and lucrative opportunity in more detail. Sincerely, Vice President Conan. Alright, before we leave this place, I was watching Co earlier, and there is scaffolding put up in one of the factories over here that has a baseball card on it. Like it's plus 1% damage. So I'm gonna go grab that, and then we'll go finish up Inez's companion quest. They're right here. Wait, who are you?
Ever read the Middle Manager Handbook? Really shores up the foundation of your fundamentals.
Does it? Also though, you ever lost a bracelet? Really cost you some money. Alright, here we are. And the baseball card should be over here. There it is. Plus 1% damage. Beautiful. Obviously we're not doing that right now. So yeah. Back to the incognito we go.
Have an update about that personal matter. You know, the one that might end the universe. The other universe-ending thing. Back in Winter's Grasp, I found someone was continuing Anais, Sir Bujold's research. Believe I have a lead on their identity.
Didn't you say research could destroy the universe? Probably shouldn't let that happen.
I wholly agree. I pieced together information from earlier leading to Golden Ridge on Dorado. Oddly enough, to the anchor hold at Matriarch's Mercy Monastery. I had Val set the location on our map. I recognize we're juggling multiple crises, but I'd suggest we journey there sooner than later. Inquire away. I'm very...
I will deal with that.
Commander, I've been thinking. Can I bend your ear a moment?
No.
We got the intel we need, Commander. The Undisputed Claim's our destination. If we find this Willard and convince him to use this grafting research for folks' betterment, well then, all this hurt we've seen will have counted for something. Been doing some thinking about what happened in the lab. I went there to kill that man for what he did to Ortiz, and instead, let him walk away with his research. I know you never liked dealing with Auntie's choice. Seems you're right not to. But I still think we got a real shot here of making things better. Auntie's choice can't be trusted on their own with this research, that's clear. But if someone like me were to guide them, maybe they can be shaped into what I thought they were. If they could actually help folk like they claimed they would when they liberated Tau Ceti, it'd make life better for anyone. Elsewise, there'll only be more victims in their wake.
Anyone can lead by example, it's you.
Ain't just saying that, are you? Ortiz sent me a message because he knew I would take action, that I'd remedy the betrayal both of us faced. If he were here now, he'd understand, I think. Are you with me?
Potentially. I'm with you, Inez. Ortiz wants us to help people. That's what we're doing.
Thanks, Commander. Maybe this is what folk mean by the architects setting things in motion. If I hadn't broken my contract, I wouldn't be here. Maybe proving myself was never the intention. Maybe this is what I was meant to do. Let's just see what Willard's got to say, all right? Go ahead. Tell me what ails ya. Sure. Fine by me.
Dude, the stream keeps trying to F. I don't know why. It's not on my end because my internet's fine. Man, I was really hoping that'd be Tristan right there. I think Tristan is like... Oh, that's Aza. That's Valerie. Like, you can't even see his dot on the minimap. Represent him. You know what I mean? It's literally not on the minimap at all. Yeah, it's a shame. Anywho, let us go to the undisputed claim. Before we set off, we got an upgrade kit. Corrosive damage. Do corrosive damage. 203, 200, yeah. Corrosive damage. Yeah. We'll go with that. Looks good to me. Let's go take care of these two companion quests. And then we'll do the archive. Now, 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 now. Yeah, can deal with that. Oh, they'll all be done in the same breath. Region. Head office tower. Now the only question is, does the calling card get us into his office? Or can it get us into the club too?
Always remember, commercialism is the foundation.
Is the club a key card or a calling card? I cannot remember. Wait. Yeah. We'll do a quick save down here too. That way, if it doesn't open the door, we can do a quick load. And then not only are we back down here quicker, but the lift is also down here. You know? Okay, yeah, no. Just does the office, I think. Let's go to his office. Jetpack.
Remember what we discussed.
Let's do a manual right here. Willard Conan's office.
Well, if it isn't our favorite contractor.
Yeah, it's me. Oh, it's keycard, not lockpick. Let me just go ahead and put the bucket on a second. You'll never know. After taking a close look at the chalkboard scribblings, we realized that as a record of a rapidly depleting research fund. The fund is estimated to reach 0 bits in the next few months. Ooh. Not great. Insert keycard. Private entry. Decrypt entry. The financial records were discreetly delivered to the carousel corner today. After After looking them over thrice, I can confidently state several truths. This well-timed windfall should keep my research progressing uninterrupted for many months to come. If I wish to expand operations that cannot be stifled by corporate oversight, perhaps my own venture would be wise. WHK Enterprises does carry a dulcet tone. It quite literally pays to be one's own financial broker. Messages. Rasmussen, still urgent. Doctor, I must say, between the Zeranian mishandling and the rampaging of your beasts and the utter pathetic tone with which you addressed me, I am most disappointed in your performance. But fear not, the work you have started will continue, with or without you. Your name will be read out on the daily demotions report for all to hear. Best of luck, Willard Conan. Ground rules. Scientist Uncle, first let me express how pleased I am to find with a scientist like yourself conducting this research. I'm certain with your unique talents, advancements in transfusion and surgical procedures will be swift. You may have noticed the peculiarities of your work environment. This is all for your safety and that of the research. I would imagine that any documentation you wish me to see be delivered not to my office, nor handed to me in person, but to the location we previously discussed. With profit in mind, Vice President Conan. I think that achievement was for an idle game I have on the go in the back. Yes, it is. The perfect candidate. My fellow Vice President, it's been an arduous road, but I believe I found someone to assist you in your research endeavour, Margot Dunkel. While she has demonstrated a madly concerning interest in viscera and the various ways of producing said viscera, I'm certain you'll overlook her when you see how her enthusiasm for the role outweighs her enthusiasm for negotiating her wages. I trust that you won't let this low-cost labour opportunity pass you by. Profitably yours, Ursula. P.S. Should her hiring be confirmed, I would suggest having her workroom locked from the exterior and a guard posted at the door. You wouldn't want her stumbling into your office next door on accident. Alright, well, I think she's in here. Let me overwrite, and we can do save. Hi. What the hell? Pickpocket.
You cannot be here. My contract stipulates that this lab door remains locked at all times. I am not to be disturbed. Ha! That's funny, considering the heaps of times I've been called such.
I imagine my will went through great lengths to keep you in here.
Is that so strange? The program I was hired for is highly confidential. I don't see why the vice president wouldn't take such measures. Why, I cannot even speak to him directly. Though I presume he also possesses an aversion to the smell of formaldehyde. He goes pale and ducks into his office the moment he sees me.
Well, that ain't right. Neither his managerial manner nor your working conditions. But once we get this program reworked, you won't have to worry about this anymore.
Oh, no. No, I don't want change. I love my work. I love this place. The smell of copper, the texture of viscera. There's nothing like it.
What do you think, Jack? Can you fix it? Oh, and the stream is effing again. I'm sorry I asked.
So am I. My gut's roiling something fierce.
Why this art's beauty is lost on so many folk I'll never understand. Anyhow, I have much work to do. Please ensure the door is locked when you leave.
I might not.
I assume you're not here to admire.
No. I'll leave you to it. Should I speak to you now or go speak to your place in the club?
It's high time one of you scientist types responded to my calling cards. The position's been open for more than 2 days, and already productivity is tanked by 149.4%. You want the role, it's yours, but I'm not budging on those hourly rates.
Let me guess. You're backfilling Rasmussen's position? Or all the scientists who work with him on Cloister lying cold on the lab floor?
Both, obviously. Unless you mean to tell me a graft like yours can install itself. Now, do you want the job or not? We're burning starlight.
How about a job before making your program into something decent instead?
Decent? I'll have you know that profits were forecast to be in the billions in my assessment last quarter.
That's not what we're talking about. Look, we found your lab on Cloister. A friend of mine who succumbed to his graft sent me there to put an end to your work. It was, well, it was damn troubling. But after speaking with your doc, I came to see that the program's got much potential. If we shift focus, reform our work, grafts could better the lives for all folk. Rasmussen's now with Doc Tinsley in Fairfield, and they're ready to restart this work if we can get your agreement. No more killing, much more progress. What do you say?
I see someone failed out of the anti-Cleo School of Persuasion. Why would I ever pursue something so dull as reform? How does it serve me?
Your blackboard tells the real story. You don't have money. You need a new strategy.
You certainly came to the negotiating table prepared. But there is one small fly in the soup. Who exactly are you to dictate to me what we should be doing? I did not even know your name before you stepped through this door.
Let us handle
When I
it.
joined up in Tau Ceti, I was promised that if I proved myself, demonstrated exceptionalism, the moment would come where I could make a pitch for my own future. I ensured the safety of the delegates at the peace talks. I helped hunt down the fiend who destroyed our base on Golden Ridge. So yeah, I'd say the moment I'm owed has arrived.
Fine. Perhaps there is an opportunity here to expand our user base. But we can only pursue such a thing if we secure the funding. I could approach my business partner to this end, but I will require proof that this little reformation of yours is a viable investment. As such, you need to prove that a grafted trooper can achieve what the average one cannot.
You say that as though you have something in mind.
I do. The commander of our fortified position on Praetor has been chomping at the bit for a show of force, to rally the troops in our market share, so to speak. He will have all the minute details, of course, but assisting him and demonstrating your prowess will give us the leverage we need.
We're in.
I could tell you possessed a modicum of business sense. Head to Praetor. I'll send a reporter with camera drones to meet you there and debrief with our ground forces.
Hold on. You didn't say anything about this being filmed.
Heroism is nothing without exciting footage and a talking head to sell it to the masses. So do make sure you put on a good show. Off you go, then. I haven't heard any news regarding the...
Feels like I got some hydromeda fluttering around in my stomach, Commander. Not literally. You know
What the fuck's hydromeda?
Willard's clearly got a lot riding on how we do on Praetor. I ain't keen on having so few details for a mission. For anyone who ain't us, I'd say it's a surefire path toward failure. Reckon that's my way of saying I'd like to find out what exactly is in store for us. Sooner rather than later.
Okay. Well, let's go to his place in the club then. Now that we have his key card. See what's in there. So I'm sure that'll come in handy too. Information in there. And then we'll head back to the ship. Yeah. So there's only 2 places we haven't been to here after this, right? The telecommunications place and Auntie Cleo's office. You don't care, right?
About what I expected.
Guys, you gotta stop opening doors. You're gonna sell me. Hell yeah, baseball card. +1 gadget energy meter max. A brief look through the long-running report shows a clear pattern. World has been siphoning money directly from Auntie's seemingly dormant aesthetics fund and redirecting it to WHK Enterprises, a clear front for his own account. That's going to be interesting information. Yeah, be very interesting. I am gonna... Are you still in here?
You're back again. Really? Time.
Well, the script on that is obviously broken. But... whatever. I'll send this down, and then we will head back to the incognito. Let's see, let's go to Praetor then. Isn't this? No, that's in Dorado. That is in Dorado. Talk to the reporter. Auntie's border camp. Sure. Sure, I'll do it. Why not?
That reporter's gotta be nearby. Ain't keen to jump to conclusions, but I think I got a notion of what we're doing here.
But...
We meet again, Free. Oh, I didn't realize there were any enhanced soldier candidates left, and certainly none deployed to Praetor. I think it wouldn't be worth the cost of transportation.
You didn't miss anything. I ain't deployed. Could say I'm more of a freelancer these days.
I had high hopes for the enhanced soldier program. A good idea with disappointing results. Still, you seem more functional than most of the others I've seen. And there's certainly work for freelancers on this desolate rock. Now then, I assume you have a reason for being here.
No.
That is by...
Which reminds me, how much damage resistance does she get? Runs uses a companion but loses a soothing buff fortifying user her position. Party members receive temporary max health that depletes when they take damage or leave the area. Kinda mid. I thought it would just be direct damage resistance. I would have probably chosen the other one had I known, but oh well, doesn't matter.
I'm Orland Crawford, the outsourced but never outmatched wartime correspondent for the ACS Undisputed Claim. You must be the grafted soldier, here to show us all what you can do.
The name's Inez, and yes, Willard Conan sent me to help you with some sort of... I don't know what exactly.
Now, let's not skip on introductions. Who is this you have with you?
I'm an F-Directorate agent.
Impressive, ain't it?
Can't say I've been terribly fond of your sort in the past. I'll just note you as a square yet effective ally. The soldier and the copper.
Vice President Conan said he was sending his best. So let's get on with it. Your mission is to infiltrate the Protectorate blockade to the north and capture it. Their defenses are too great to face head-on, so you'll want to sneak in through the back entrance. We've obtained the entry codes through great effort.
My camera drones will be filming the action from above, so do put on a good show. Blow up a few things, and use Inez's abilities to demonstrate the might of Auntie's choice. Yes?
I actually forgot we hadn't been in there yet. Oh, we'll demonstrate it, alright. Anything else?
They've detained several of our scouts. I'd like to see them returned. If you deliver this weapons cache to them and free them, they might offer some aid in the fight.
This is quite the opportunity. Normally, a POW might be written off as shrinkage, an unfortunate, unavoidable loss. But their rescue will be worth far more in publicity.
So what? If I hadn't come along, you all would have left those troopers to rot.
Our motto is to leave no man behind, unless it breaches our contract and promises financial penalties, which this does. Now, take these codes for the back door and go.
Once you infiltrate the blockade, neutralize our foes, and open the gates, our remaining troops will move in to secure the blockade for ourselves. Any questions?
This is a silly question. Seems straightforward enough. Point the gun in the Protectorate's direction.
That's the spirit. Oh, I look forward to seeing you take the fight to those fiends. It's about time Auntie gave them a good walloping. Ooh, and spare some time for me after you emerge victorious, won't you? What am I saying? Of course you will. Who wouldn't want to be interviewed for the wireless? Go on now.
I assume you've got something important to discuss.
My camera drones are en route to the blockade. My camera drone...
Okay. I think this is the closest one. So we'll TP there. Or hit them from the back. Here you go. Chill. And we'll move on. I can't even use my jetpack here because it's a fucking slope. Now I can. No. Oh. Rude. Never fear.
Here we are, about to kick the mantisaur nest. Hope you're ready for your close-up.
Oh, I'm ready.
Damn. Of course they got a bunker mech. We need to take it by surprise, without alerting the other troopers, mind.
I'm good.
Adversary vulnerability.
Who else? Any more? Hey.
Kicking for the history books. Let's open the gate for that reporter and the troops before these bodies get cold.
None.
Over here.
Open.
Let us out.
Yep.
Ain't no way to leave us here. We still got 43 months of boot camp loans to pay off.
Many thanks.
Got my begrudging respect.
Was I meant to free them? Ah. I was meant to free them before killing everyone. Maybe. I'm gonna go ahead and kill the vast majority first and then free them now, if I can.
Target analyzed. Energy transmitter out.
Alright.
For help, but help?
Hostile ahead. What's the play, Commander?
Check your scopes for combat.
And then that should be that done, right? Yes. Perfect.
Many thanks
for working hard so I don't have to.
Perfect. Worked out much better. Got the optional objective done as well. And we will loot up before anything else. That character is disgustingly powerful. I think this is gone more than anything else. Nah, just kidding. That's all those extra skill points we have.
Never tasted so sweet.
It's all them extra skill points.
Yeah.
All the extra crit damage, weak spot damage, yada yada, and so forth and so on. Alright, I'm gonna take the top part and walk up here first. And then we'll go down. Plus ball card, plus 1% damage. Hell yeah. Expand bunker mech targeting parameters. Okay, sure. I mean, I already killed it. Security logs. Entry is data from 1 week ago. 4 enemy scouts were encountered trespassing on western side of blockade. 1 was killed during capture, the other 3 have been detained until a fitting punishment has been decided on. Despite aggressive questioning, none of the prisoners have revealed their motivations for trespassing, but have repeatedly begged for servants of burst rockets, which only confirms my suspicions that they are uncouth and unstable. Punishment cannot come swiftly enough. Very so. My observations of the eastern field are worrying, to say the least. The ground station stopped responding several days ago, but I can see what appears to be bipedal movement on the glove security fence. I can safely surmise that it has not been overrun by anti-choice monstrosities, but who now controls it? Scrappers are typically incapable of operating technology like the fence, which leaves only the traitorous order of the capitalists. I hope whoever now controls the ground and station understand its critical nature to all who occupy this region of Praetor. For the time being, I recommend patience. If the raid to reclaim the ground and station would be ill-advised, we should hold position until Auntie's forces have made their inevitable attack on our ground position, our current position, or until we're able to rout them by the tunnel. Praise the matriarch. Well, you know, now that those things are happening, I hate to say it. I mean, I don't hate to say it, I love to say it, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Alright. What's over here now? The Automax explosive payload is still active. With some knowledge of explosives and a bit of ingenuity, a town detonation could be wired. The Automax has been rigged to explode in the next 5 seconds. Fleeing the scene is recommended. Did it even blow up?
Nothing to hit.
That did way too much damage. That did way too much damage for being just a little bit of fire. Now is this the only way to open it? Or can I open it? No, this is the only way. Give an interview. These are all no-name scrubs.
Over here! Let's have a word with the hero of the moment for the wireless.
I assume you've got something important to discuss.
Okay, guess he doesn't care.
Well, the blockade is ours now, but the way in which you captured it lacked a certain finesse, shall we say. Not sure my drone's footage will show what we were looking for.
That hasn't stopped you lot from spinning a story before. You said something about an interview earlier. Well, I'll answer your questions. You'll make me look good in return?
It's audio only, Trooper. And you're working with a true professional now. Let me work, huh? Relax. Be authentically you, though you'd be wise to throw in a tagline or two. Ready?
Well,
Great! Recording's already begun. I'm here, live at the scene with the fearsome grafted soldier Inez. It's a shame you cannot see this, dear listener, for it is impressive indeed. Inez, your destruction of those dastardly Protectorate troops was awe-inspiring. You must feel like the employee of the month, having brought such a decisive victory to Auntie's choice.
I'm just, doing my part. I joined up because I believed in our mission, to liberate Arcadia. Reckon my actions illustrate that more than anything I could ever say.
She's too modest. She's a born marketeer. She recruited us for this mission all by herself.
Ah, suppose I do know a thing or two about a pep talk. Given many in my time to troopers suffering injury or boredom.
How wonderful! I hadn't realized Inez here had initiated a recruitment campaign. Truly a lesson to us all. Dear audience, the voice you just heard is that of the soldier's close associate, an eyewitness to the battle and the marvelous carnage littering the land. You also freed some of our troopers from the Protectorate's fiendish grasp. One can only imagine the torture they suffered. Tell us about it. The rescue, in detail, if you would.
Look, I did what anyone with an ounce of sense would do. Ain't gonna leave one of my own in such a state. And if I had it my way, I would have acted sooner.
If she had, the POWs would still have their limbs and a taste for Purpleberry Crunch.
Oh my! So the reports were true. A limb can be replaced, yes, but to hear that they are now immune to the joy that Auntie brings is quite horrifying.
It's something, all right. They were, certainly malnourished and bored. Suppose things may have gotten worse with time.
In any case, those soldiers can finally return to their postings again. Now, I have a question about your abilities, Inez. What sets a trooper like you apart from the rest?
These graphs make me stronger. Good in a bind. I know I'm a bit of a curiosity. Ain't too many of us left. But there is so much good we can do with grafting, if we try.
She's right. Grafts could be used for anything, not just the battlefield.
I got a plan, see? To start the grafting program up again. The research is promising, and with the right backing, it could be a product that can better the lives of everyone.
A fascinating idea. I think we'd all sleep soundly if we knew more of you were running amok on our behalf. Before we wrap, have you anything else of note to tell our undoubtedly enraptured audience?
And this might be a good time for the product tagline.
Oh, I got one. Ain't just a tested and true product that'll put you over the top. A graft like mine might also get you into orbit.
Ah, I see. A bit of cheeky product placement for zero-G whiskey. Very well done, you. And that's a wrap. You can go back to slouching or sneering or whatever else it is you do.
Oof. So how did we do?
Astonishingly well. Rest assured, our listeners will be glued to their radios for all the lurid details, and to hear more of my award-deserving reporting, naturally.
Well, that's a damn sight better than I was anticipating. Willard will have to make good on our deal now. Let's head back and speak with him.
You do that, and I will remain here, burdened by the drudgery of war. Farewell. We'll get the footage processed shortly. Don't worry, we'll blur all your imperfections.
We can't pickpocket him, or did I already pickpocket him? Yeah, I think we just can't do it. Anyway, back to the ship we go. Incognito. Let's get this red shit off my screen. Since we don't have Valerie with us at the moment. Probably do these quests. Alright, back to these. Yes, again. Skip. Visit Willard's office. Sure. Why not? Why wouldn't I want to do such a thing, eh? I was getting a little bit turned around here, but I'm beginning to get used to it. Ooh. I'm so glad Captain Mini didn't trigger. That'd have been annoying.
Hey, easy with the fratricide.
Who the fuck are you?
Ah, so the conquering heroes have returned from the blockade. The footage I received tells the story it needs to, but I am rather disappointed by the absence of excitement, of pizzazz. But a win is a win, as middling achievers often say. Oh, where are my manners? Commander, Inez, meet our new benefactor. This is the business partner I spoke to you about, and she has graciously agreed to fund our new venture.
Yes, we've met. Now, let's not get overly ahead of ourselves.
We did our job, surely that's enough.
Putting on a show is 40% of the battle. The remaining 60% is messaging.
Well, I'd say these two certainly made our correspondence job easier. Only Auntie herself could have done a finer job at providing sound bites.
Let's try not to exaggerate. It was a fine showing. Now, with her as the face of the brand, we might really have something.
Look, I know I ain't exactly the profile of a business partner, but I know medicine, and I know the potential of grafts more than anyone. You'll not find my experience anywhere.
Perhaps so, but unfortunately I can't be expected to simply take your word for it. You know how it is. Low-level workers have a certain flair for lying and grifting, whilst concurrently exaggerating all accomplishments and ills.
But we can trust your word as her current supervisor. What sort of performance review might you give this associate?
She's the greatest soldier I've had the honor of working with. You'd be lucky to have her.
Well, it's easy to go on soldiering when you trust the one giving the orders.
That's a reasonable endorsement. Wouldn't fit in the one-line write-in space for her quarterly appraisal, but I suppose you couldn't know.
So we have a deal then? I admit that the raid and the interview may not have gone as swimmingly as I would have liked, but there is something there.
Suppose I can make good on the funding after all. We'll see in time where this arrangement leaves us. In any case, good day.
So that's it. We're clear to restart the grafting program, and you'll abide by my demands. No more senseless killing. No more hurting folk?
Of course not. Unless said folk agree to it. Yes, we are at an agreement. Consider this a bonus for your efforts. When the time is right, I will reach out to you for further planning. You have been instrumental, soldier. Inez, well done indeed.
Let's go celebrate Inez.
I'll settle for a moment of rest, Commander. Thanks.
I don't know what else they wanted us to do for that. They seemed that it lacks pizzazz and whatnot. Did they want us to stealth it? Is that it? Doesn't say. Oh, whatever, man. You got the desired result, and that's all that matters.
Have you returned for yet another round of...
Can't help but be
Yes?
Can't...
Yeah?
Is this person still in here?
I assume you're not.
Listen, I got great news. This program you're part of, it'll look mighty different from now on. I secured a deal with your boss, see? To make sure it serves all folk. For the better. Ain't entirely sure in what capacity yet, but we'll be colleagues soon. We're going to make the world a better place.
That's something, I suppose. So long as I can still dissect things and experiment with organic matter?
Right. Of course, job security would be at the top of your concerns. Yes, you'll still be able to do all of that, but ethically.
I don't know what that means. But if I'm not out of a job, that is a relief. It's more than work, you know. It's a passion.
I'm starting to understand why you've been locked away in here.
Doesn't bother me none, that's for certain.
Really? No thoughts on improving the program for the good of all people?
Will I be getting a raise?
No.
Then no, I've no thoughts. Please lock the door behind you when you leave.
Good talk.
Very good
Assume
talk.
you're not here to...
Never thought I'd be able to see the undisputed claim in all her glory. Visiting was invite only for us troopers, and even then, you had to pay a month's salary to secure entry. Would have been worth every bit, though.
No, wouldn't have. Wouldn't have been worth every bit at all. Alright, let's go back to the incognito. And we'll go wrap up Mousesoul's companion quest.
Chat, Commander?
Where are you? Yeah. She sounds like she was pretty close. I mean, maybe not. It's Niles. I wanted to double jump to the top of the ladder. Unfortunately, did not work. Oh no. No, 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 no. Don't tell me Inez is now invisible. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. You've gotta be kidding me. Brother. Brother. What the hell is this?
Have you...
Can I...
Yes?
Okay.
I assume you're not here to...
Quick save. Incognito. Please. Don't do me like this.
Chat, Commander?
Not another invisible companion. Oh my god. Maybe if I fast, maybe it'll fix itself. Maybe copium. Copium. We'll see. We'll go back after doing this and then see if it fixes itself. Yeah. I don't really think it will though. Fortunately. It didn't for Tristan. I don't see why it would. Or Inez.
So many things. What caused the schism?
Oh, it's up top. Transition to Alexandra Monastery. Which route is the fastest to get to you? Actually, I think I know it. Is it these two in a room? Have they not cleaned up the place? Wow, I guess they just don't give a shit.
Oh, I didn't expect us to wander into the scene of a murder, but somehow I'm not entirely surprised. Anomalous events have a way of spreading, multiplying. We should find a way inside. There might be clues to what happened, and where Anais's research is now.
There were two anchorites in there earlier. I only see one body.
They should have been sealed in that room to focus on their studies uninterrupted. No one in or out. I'd suspect the missing anchorite knows something at least. We should ask her. Might be some signs in there of where she went. The terminal at Winter's Grasp said Anais' work was sent here. There might be signs of that, or where the missing anchorite got off to. Yes, Commander. May the...
We'll see. And now we're in. Blunt force trauma to the head, puddle of blood nearby. Nothing in the toilet. You flip past hundreds of dense entries full of calculations and notes of arguments Cho was apparently waking up for future debates, before finding something relevant to your investigation. Later entries mention regular visits by an exemplar Southworth, who claimed evidence of innovational means to shortcut the solving of the universal equation. After noting the method's highly unorthodox nature, Chow wrote that she found herself shut out of further discussions, leading to routine scenes of tense awkwardness, and self-worth dropped in a marked shift in Brun's beliefs. In the final entries, Chow appeared worried the two were conspiring about something, and noted hushed reference to an old order research station near Paradise Island named Point Obviation. She began to believe that Brun intended on abandoning the monastery Arca hold to travel there. Chow wrote that when she confronted her cellmate about her suspicions, Anchoress Brun responded that the idea of leaving the anchor hold was not one she considered lightly, to which Chow contended that to consider or prove the lightness of consideration. In the nearby margins, a +1 point May is scored. The final entry ends on a note of deep concern, writing, "I can clearly foresee that whatever the two are planned may soon occur. It may save me right for praise and put in theory into application the other day."
There may be more to learn here.
A series of manifesto-like musings from the Anchoress Brun have been pinned to the chalkboard. Most of the comments rail against the current order regime, while others extol the virtues of the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection. One passage toward the end stands out in particular. The universal equation should be our primary concern. All else is distraction, farce, and needless prolonging of suffering.
I've had a chance to look around. You seem like you've done a thorough sweep. We should discuss what we've uncovered.
I've identified the body. It was Anchoress Chow.
Poor thing. Blunt force trauma to the occipital lobe, I believe. Possible signs of an altercation. Might have been an accident. Might not have been. Hard to say with just a superficial glance. At the very least, her cloister mate Anchoress Brun has some explaining to do.
Did you see what was posted? Looked like some kind of super dense logic puzzle manifesto.
A disputation of current order methodology focuses mainly on our presiding bishop, but saves ample room for the laureate council and previous regime as well. I believe I got the gist by efficiently skimming. The general concern is that the order has lost its way. My old department is repeatedly mentioned in a favorable light. Anais' work is regarded highly.
This database had references to the research at Winter's Grasp.
I saw that. I believe it was Anchoress Chow's diary. Spoke about regular visits by an exemplar Southworth, who requested access to Anais' work. Chow seemed worried they were conspiring about something. That they'd mentioned an old order research station.
You're going back to Eden again? Any idea where Anchoress Brun went?
That old research facility seems the most likely spot to look next. I know the coordinates on Eden. Place by the name of Point Obviation.
What else did you glean from all this?
I don't know what happened to Anchoress Chow, but leaving a body behind is suspicious. And the disputation reads like a call to arms for any fringe thinkers in the Order. There's no destroying the copies at this point, I'm afraid. We're past that. The research is out there. We need a way to keep anyone from taking it up further in the future. If we go in guns blazing from here, it will only continue. We need a plan to annihilate the idea.
How are you so sure it'll continue?
I've seen it happen. Things can take on a life of their own at a certain point. The more overt the response, the more unexpected the outcomes. We developed tactics at the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection to minimize unforeseeable consequences. We can discuss once we see the situation on the ground.
Back to the ship then.
Yes. Time to seek out Anchoress Brun.
I mean, there's definitely nothing else in here. Alright. Back to the shop. You can't flash out from here, because of course we wouldn't be able to. Yeah. That'd be too easy, wouldn't it? Far too easy. Would save far too much time. Come on. And gone. That become fast travel. I think. I hope. I wish. I desire. Let's see, can I? Yes, I can. Now, Inez, are you still invisible? Are you still MIA? Oh my god, she is. Well, I have another companion now bugged out. Thanks, game. Another invisible companion that isn't on the ship. Point obviation. Boop. 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 Yeah. Go gadget. Point obviation. Why does she have so many tentacles? Hmm? Alright, let's have a look around the area. So, ooh. Okay, it's not theft. I'm Chris Brun. You don't know me, and never will. While I lack the clearance to enter your tower, I'm just a humble landing pad technician. I wanted to express my solemn appreciation for your good work. Whatever it is, they don't tell me much. I overheard the guard saying the universal equation will be solved any day now. Why, he sounded so positive that I can only assume the results of your work will be put to ethical use. Since no one will agree to hand deliver this data part, I need to get back to exercising my throwing arm. Crazy. Crazy work. We're just gonna chuck it all the way to the top. Against what, though? You know what I mean? Like, it's just all shut and glassed. Can I get through here? Please tell me I can. I can.
Bye-bye. Cease any and all manner of craft is ready, and frankly...
Okay. So that was theft. Maybe.
What is with the anomalous behavior?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, aren't you the eccentric sort?
Alright.
That's one way to become the center of attention.
Yeah. But don't mind me, man.
Don't know
I'm just.
who you all are, but unexpected guests are categorically unwelcome here. How'd you even find this place? Maybe I should just shoot you and glean details from your logs.
Ah, Exemplar, if I may. Surely you recognize such a notable member of our cohort, Marisol Delgado. The end point?
I can't recall if I ended whoever came up with that name. Surely hope so.
You were head causality intercessor of the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection, right up till the end, correct?
More or less.
Well, what a fortuitous alignment of low probability events this is. Our efforts here are based on your former department. You should confer with Ancrus Brun straight away.
Sec, when Ancrus first arrived, was she caked in someone else's blood?
No. As the brain of this operation, she usually leaves that sort of work to Exemplar Southworth here.
Ancrus Brun caked in blood. That's quite amusing. But no, I escorted her here myself, and surely would have noticed. We actually sought to find you and others of your program, Intercessor Delgado. A serendipitous event, you arriving. Nonetheless, I'd ask you to follow certain precautions. Will you heed all requests and vouchsafe for your colleagues here? Them being unknown to us and all.
We'll mind our manners, Exemplar. I'll see to it.
Then, you may all proceed. You'll find Wilhelmina up the lift, 4th floor.
Welcome to Point Obviation. Welcome to
Ancrus Brun is up. Ancrus Brun is up the
Everyone
lift,
here.
4th floor.
Well, I'm not ready to go up just yet. I'm still busy stealing shit. Steal from the rich and give to the poor and all that, you know? I think that's everything. Yeah. Everything down here, that is. When to put the helmet on?
Stop
Yeah.
deviating from the
This might not work. Thankfully it does. Nothing to rob off them. Okay, so that isn't theft.
Anchorage Run is continuing uneased research from Winter's Grass. I'm sure of it. Best play along for now, until we can ascertain the best course of action.
He's got the right of it. There's far too many guards for us to take on alone.
You sure about that? Like, are you really sure about that? So I'm pretty sure I could take them all on. This place is quite small. Just fine with me.
You have served us with distinction.
Have I?
No, is that Marisol?
The endpoint herself. I thought she was a myth.
Let's be on our best behavior. Don't even breathe. This experiment seems a mite controversial, dangerous even, both in a physical and mathematical sense.
Your job is intimidation, not risk assessment. The Anchoress knows what she's doing.
Of course. Forgive me. I will look to Nav as a source of comfort rather than anxiety.
I will have this weapon.
What is with the anomalous behavior?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, man. I'm just taking stuff, you know? I won't have to come back again. Alright.
Your actions are in accordance with the plan.
Look,
Indeed they are.
It's the endpoint. Come to join us, I take it.
I do have a unique interest in what you all are doing here.
No sudden moves. Gradual movements only, please.
Oh, hello. Cogitate here often?
Yeah, I come here all the time, actually. And I don't mind taking everything that you guys have here. By everything, I mean, you know, everything. Well, it's the bathroom. That was not part of the plan. What's not part of the plan? But I can tell you what is part of the plan.
Lovely day for differential geometry.
Is it? Wouldn't know. Nothing left behind. A bit on the fly with what's theft and what's not here, huh? Hold on. I'll see if I could go first person while having this on, but I can't. Which makes a lot of sense, unfortunately.
Cogitate more efficiently. Sometime hope will exponent of your work, Intercessor Delgado. Hope you don't mind me saying. Go on up. You're expected.
Let's do a manual. Ooh. I did better than I thought. And Chris Braun.
Anchoress will walk away from the research lightly. May require some aggressive convincing.
Before her death, Anchoress Redacted launched the makeshift satellite into orbit using spare parts. She assured the that knowledge of the stars would aid her contemplations of the universal equation. What it actually did was broadcast an emergency distress signal. The remaining piece of her satellite is on display for two purposes. One, as a reminder to every Anchorite serves their role voluntarily, and 2, as an assurance that help is neither needed nor on its way. Cool. Yeah, I mean, assuming this is outer ledge hatch key. Environmental changes can influence one's understanding of the universal equation. Temperature, humidity, and wind speed are all contributing factors. By closely observing weather conditions, an anchorite can forecast an optimal day for math. While an ordinary telescope is outclosed by deep space observation satellites, they are an accessible way for anchorites to contemplate the vastness of interstellar space and their place therein. Many seers and anchorites use focus devices to keep their attention trained on challenging equations. The device itself has no direct function, and most are cobbled together from spare parts. Their tactile nature calms the mind. That's her right there, right? See the orb or pondering exhibit just to the left. This orb is larger and therefore more expensive. Please do not touch. Ponder from a safe distance. Chat, who's all pondering their orb right now? Like, straight up pondering it. Scientists once theorized that sound waves could steer the trajectory of a planetary orbit. This theory was never tested in earnest, but several prototypes of orbital bells were fashioned at 1/1,000,000th scale. The could also be 1/1,000,000,000th. Don't know. Further study was abandoned since a working module would exhaust the resources of a planet and prove nothing more than its own irrelevance. God damn. Anchorites use devices like this to ponder one of life's many existential questions. What is the cosmos but a series of interconnected orbs? When the enormity of their calculations becomes too much to bear, the simplicity of the universe helps an overworked anchorite to center their mind and ponder in tranquility. Chat, let's connect our orbs together, and we can ponder, you know?
Oh, who's this?
Don't worry about it. Logs. Trials and Tribulations. Order Research Station 9939 is better known by its shorthand appellation Point Obviation. Yet in a world ruled by logic and reason, it would be celebrated as the most consequential order facility this side of the archive. Here, my Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection conducted world-shattering trials in feasibility, volatile atomical electrodynamics research, harnessing the 4 fundamental forces to accelerate solving humanity's greatest mathematical problem. Instead of a celebration of our efforts, we faced constant tribulations, until Point Obviation was shuttered long ago. Ignorant colleagues posited my trials were dangerously flawed. The firmament was fallen, they claimed. The end of the world was nigh. How pedestrian and paradoxical. Had I been allowed to continue, we would have achieved ascension. Their ignorance has delayed our collective bliss. Cosmos in a bottle. Test Chamber Alpha is where the mathematical magic happens. Cited the boldest research in the history of feasibly volatile atomical electrodynamics. Nay, in all fields of scientism. Here we work towards simulating the entirety of everything in a chamber no larger than your average habitation module. Our Cosmos in a Bottle trials were always going to be safe. Anchorite supervised with a control experiment conducted just one level down in Test Chamber Beta. This was not reckless science. And yet we were shuttered. Our aging equipment spread around the anchor hold like it's some museum of obsolete apparatuses. Perhaps I'll create informational plaques for them as a punchline for this cruel joke. A fresh restart. After more than 20 years of inactivity, Test Chamber Alpha is refurbished and ready for the recommencement of our daring experiments. A shortcut to solving the universal equation is within reach. Allow me to reiterate, these are not the allegedly dangersome trials of yore. The test chamber has been remodeled into a new anchor hold for Anchor's Brun, who has exemplar oversight for all new trials. How heartening to see a new group breathe academical life into my old research. Accuracy is their primary concern, followed by the safety of personnel. Meanwhile, I have taken this opportunity to recalculate the experimental risks, filling in any corners caught in my initial round of research. Best to settle your affairs and feed your domesticated animal companions now, colleagues. Soon enough, we shall achieve ascension. Alright, let's go speak to the woman then, since we can't go or do anything else.
Oh, yes, I remember you. We met earlier at the site of my former seclusion. I've heard much of your exploits since. If I recall correctly, you helped me prove my argument that pacifism always presents the best
No, I didn't.
options. I admit I have modified that opinion.
I did not help you prove that at all.
I understand you allowed Seer Wiley to go
In fact, I
free,
disagreed with you.
yes? Once was a time I would have made that exact same decision. And you're Marisol Delgado. We've never met somehow, but I've read your file. An impressive body of work, though often quite mortiferously inclined.
Less so over time. There were too many pesky repercussions, I came to find.
Yes, well, to what do we owe the pleasure? Are you familiar with our goals? Come to join up, perhaps, or should I say re-enlist?
Came here after finding Anchorite Cho's body and your manifesto posted nearby.
It was more of a disputation as a scholarly objection than a manifesto per se, but why quibble? Anchoress Chow is very much against it. Her accident was quite tragic. You saw the disputation, though. Tell me, what did you think? You read it, yes?
I was more concerned about the body of your colleague.
A truly unfortunate accident. I had posted my disputation and stated my intention to leave. We argued heatedly. Objects were thrown. She stumbled and fell badly. We try to honor her loss. Such tragedy only underlines the importance of our endeavors here. Each day the equation remains unsolved. Countless more tragedies occur. We must succeed at the soonest possible haste.
What exactly are you trying to do here?
Surely you're aware of the myriad errors of our current presiding bishop and previous regime. One of whom shut down the division that operated here, the other squandered it. Our sect aims to end human suffering, sooner than later. We've taken great inspiration from your former department, from their methods and their science. To solve the universal equation in our lifetime requires bold action, clever calculation, and assiduous work.
How did you end up here from the monastery? Exemplar Southworth was involved, yes?
Yes, we have Grace, that is, Exemplar Southworth, to thank for that. Her visits to the Anchorhold were quite thought-provoking, as was the research she showed me from Sia Bujold. Bujold's thinking was unconventional, ahead of her time. Why, in fact, she's here with us now today, overseeing an experiment that proves her researcher's theories.
Really? Seer Bujold is here, at present, in this facility? The one we're presently standing in?
I lost focus for a second. How long has Seer Bujold been working here?
Not long at all. We reached out to her on Cloister. She agreed to join us immediately. If you thought her work before was captivating, wait until you hear the experiment she's overseeing now. The intent is to represent the building blocks of the universe within a test chamber, then extrapolate data revealing the universal equation from the micro-universe that forms.
Sounds like it could change everything, one might say.
Why, you should go see for yourself. As former colleagues, I'm sure you'd like to reacquaint. Go on. I'll call down to let her know you're coming.
Oh my god, I'm losing focus like crazy. Holy shit. She's just downstairs?
Yes, she's monitoring the experiment. I'll have elevator access unlocked so you can join her. Do please stay in the observation area, though. The work is quite delicate.
Well, we don't want to.
Do you check oversee Bushon's work and the experiment concludes? Oh, so exciting. Thought you were heading to assist Sir Bujon downstairs. Thought you were heading to assist Sir Bujon downstairs.
Alright. Let's go. Research observation. Oh.
How much longer do you predict preparations will take?
Almost ready. Perfect timing for my former colleague to peer review my work.
What are you doing here?
Verify my settings. Thereupon we will begin.
Splendid. While others pontificate, we act. I await word of our success with bated breath.
What's in your back pocket? You got a key card? No, you're down. Test chamber controls. No. We're not doing that. Big picture logs. Feasibly volatile blah 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 is a controversial field. Many a tenured colleague have dismissed it as junk scientism, yet they simply lack the cognitive capacity to understand its underlying principles. We focus on the smallest of small things, the fundamental building blocks of the universe, to weed out anomalous variables and extrapolate only the necessary inputs for solving the universal equation. In layperson's term, we create a big picture from a small one, with the hopes of accelerating our academical voyage to ascension. If only others in the order also saw the big picture. Calculated risks. It is a question I have often pondered. If Sir Buhold's feasible blah 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 was so promising, why was their facility shuttered more than 2 decades ago? My colleagues at the time posited that their experiments were fundamentally flawed, chaotic, even calamitous. They claimed the study of fundamental forces would produce inconsistencies and garbage data. Celestial slosh, they called it, using layperson terminology to twist their figurative dagger in her life's work. Some feared such tampering with blah 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 might even cause a catastrophic cascade and potentially overwrite our own universe and all life in it. Impossible. Well, improbable. Let's call it extremely unlikely. But what is scientism if not a calculated risk? Back to work. Scientism marches on. After more than 20 years in mothballs, the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection is reopened for business. Sir Buhold's blah 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 is back on track, with my exclusive reclusive attention. Trial preparation is in process. Point Obviation has that intoxicating new equipment smell, while Buhold's original and apparatuses are on display in the anchor hold as a monument to her life's work. We are ready for the boldest experiment of all, to spawn a mini-universe, to simulate and solve the universal equation, speedily, safely, and most importantly, accurately, or at least within the margin of error. I'm highly confident no catastrophic flaws will be revealed. If you say so.
Head Intercessor Delgado, what an opportune time for you to appear. At the perfect moment to assist our experiment. What in the endless void are you? Shh. Comms off, but others are near. I need your aid before this ridiculous affair careens into disaster. Can I rely on you this time? Or will you already intend on scurrying away again?
Hold on, what are you even doing here?
I came to derail this line of inquiry in such a discommodious way that no one would ever consider trying it again. For all the aforementioned reasons of it likely causing, or at least queuing up and leading to, the end of all things. You chose to leave me behind, again. So when they came calling, I thought it an opportunity to sort it all myself. Yet, admittedly, at this moment, I could use your assistance.
This shouldn't be your burden. It's on me.
You don't get to decide that. or adjudicate, or coolly comment in a steely growl. Not falling for that a 10th time. Help or stay out of my way.
Of course, we'll help unconditionally.
The test involves 4 stations. Each represents one of the fundamental building blocks of the universe. Zeranium gas, macrowaves, nucleons, N-rays. All the usual stuff. That test chamber is where all are meant to mix. To simulate a mini-universe I can apply my theories to, pull data from, and deduce the universal equation in a reduced time frame. We know what happens if that's successful, so I need you to muck with each station's settings, then initiate the experiment.
You two sure you don't want to talk things out first?
I, for one, am certain. Even if I wasn't, now is not the time to dally. Sooner you start, sooner this will be finished. All you need to do is adjust each station's settings slightly. Things will cascade from there. Remember, subtlety is required.
Yes, if we alter the experiment input data in a less than delicate fashion, Brun will notice, I assure you.
The guards on the 2nd floor won't appreciate visitors, so avoid getting spotted. Here's a maintenance key. Head down the vent.
Consider another day, another vent.
It's only the fate of the galaxy riding on it, so perhaps try to be careful.
Now's not the time for a tete-a.
Feeling like I could take on the galaxy.
Okay. What I want to know is what happens if I don't do that and just initiate it right now. External settings must be locked in before experiment can be initiated. I guess it won't let me. Very well.
Something wrong back there? Hello?
Hostile in proximity.
What happens if I stealth kill? Alright, let's start from here then. Ideal settings 300p per minute, do not alter. Novice Empirist Pelfrey. As I have repeatedly stated, it is an inordinately tricky matter to set all components of this test in the correct manner to simulate a functional micro-universe. Even the slightest error could undermine our vitally important efforts here. With a seemingly infinite time, maximum uranium flow is absolutely required for the highest probability of experiment success. If the flow is less than 500 gallons per minute, test results will be entirely skewed. Yours in science, Actuarian Himmelfarb. Locking final settings should only be done after uranium flow quantities have each been carefully evaluated. This can only be done once, Pelfrey. Ideal setting 400 per minute, do not alter. I don't know what I just did right there. I'm gonna reload. $300 per minute, do not alter. Okay.
Anyone else hear that? No? Oh, just me then, I see.
I'll just grab that. Right, what's in here? Now, as one hopes you should recall, N-rays act as a capable proxy for the cosmic rays that constantly bathe all matter in our universe. For our present experiment, N-rays must be fired continuously through the tubes leading to the test chamber in order to provide the desired test results. Fail-safe measures that maintain the stream are accessible in the ventilation shafts. Theoretically, the failure of a single fail-safe could be acceptable. This has been untested thus far and could cause the stream to vacillate in a wild or uneven manner. Please note that if it's necessary to temporarily interrupt the stream, use the fail-safe switch in the room and not the one in the ventilation shaft. Because if something goes wrong, it's more difficult to detect that the one in the vent has been thrown. Yours in science, tenured actuarian, Himmelfarb. Okay. So there's one in the vent. This panel connects to the microwave. Do not attempt to rewrite the system and alter the wattage of the device. I promise we'll find ways to put your engineering skills to use in the future experiment. Yours in science. It is almost impossible to create the specific electrochemical reaction necessary to assimilate the wide array of elements into populate the micro-universe. A crystal well-calibrated amalgamation of metallurgical elements have been placed perfectly inside the microwave in preparation for the experiment. Just leave it alone, please. Yours in science. Is there no button in here to lock it in? I guess not. Oh shit, what's he doing? Why is he moving? This can be used to send an Alta VT sample from here into the experiment test chamber. A pre-configured sample is on hand and ready to be sent at the appointed time. Its nuclear levels have already been precisely configured to coax simulated life from the primordial sleep of the micro-universe. Do not under any circumstances combine it with an unconfigured sample or send an unconfigured sample in its place. With your lack of training, both would be obvious, but it's best to simply send an unconfigured sample. Yours in science. I am unaccustomed to having to particularize in such a degree of pedantic detail, but recent misinterpretations on your part have convinced me it is required. I don't think you can just have it lock in. To be, you know, what you want to be. To be anything really. I don't think you can have the experiment to see it. Oh shit. Okay, that was almost bad. That was almost very bad. Chat, I think I have to sabotage the experiment, and there's no way of purposely letting it run perfectly. Because if we look at this, we can't send the configured Alta VT sample. We have to mix it. And pop it in. We can't send it as the normal configured one. And here again, we can't just leave it. You have to do something. So nothing else we can do there. Now, so that's 400, I think. 300. And then 200 per minute. Which one's 200 per minute? Is it this? No? I guess it's this. So 200, that's 500. That's 900. So The maximum radiant flow is absolutely required for the highest probability of experiment success. So then I think we just hit up for 201. Because that would still be way above it, right? It's way above 500. It's only a slight change. And then in here there should be a vent. Boom. Oh, hold on. I didn't press the button to lock it in, did I? Lock the final settings. And then come over here. Which is the button to lock in the final settings? Is it this? Oh, that's the disable power. Oh, here we go. Lock the end race settings. If I could, I would have let it run just to see what would happen. Fortunately, the game has not given us that choice. So, womp womp, I guess.
If you're done evaluating my work and all settings are final, enter the terminal command to void the oxygen from the test chamber. The experiment will then begin. Void the oxygen on the terminal and the experiment will begin. Void the oxygen on the terminal.
Alright, well, sure. Test chamber controls. Initiate.
Did it work? See, was it a success? What happened?
Hold the applause just yet. I need to run the numbers. I'm sending the others back up to you. They can describe the proceedings in detail.
I shall await their arrival. Anchor's Brun out. That is how these messages end, yes? If not, farewell.
The results of the experiment will be a career-ending embarrassment for Anchoress Brun, but she won't accept this lightly. We'll need to do more.
Yes, our next steps here will be crucial. I know this type of mission well. Granted, my targets were always meticulously well-researched beforehand.
You'll need to convince her, destroy her logic, end this research for good.
It's going to involve math, isn't it?
All it requires is a forceful array of incisive argumentation, logical reasoning, coercive persuasion, and cognitive contortioning.
You mean one of our old brain-off maneuvers? Really? That's what the rank and file in our old department used to call it. Provost Bolding considered it a casual moniker unbefitting of an order scientician.
Make Brun give up on science, logic, and reason entirely. Then no one will ever dare continue the research again. Between you and Marisol, it should be a light challenge. Easy.
Light snack. I have a better idea. Let's shoot her. No, I'm kidding. Seriously, this is our only option.
A brain-off against an Order anchorite isn't entirely without risk. We could employ certain other methods to deal with her. From our former department's playbook.
Oh, yes, a book you wrote titled Making an Execution Look Like an Accident. Despite the moral quandary ideally involved, unseen consequences still abound.
That's hyperbolic at best. Data suggests significantly fewer unpredicted outcomes than outright murder, if properly executed. And I'm quite capable of skewing results in our favor.
And here I thought you'd begun to change.
What are the potential drawbacks to a logic bomb?
Success isn't guaranteed. A fair degree of cleverness is required. But you would have the help of someone reasonably intellectually nimble.
I would be willing and on hand to assist, and the other option would remain if we botch it.
What are our other teammates' opinion about this?
Seen folk wrestle with logic, but not box with logic. I'm ready for a show.
Seems like a clear preference here, Marisol.
I'm not arguing it's the best option, just that it is an option. Rightly or wrongly, I am familiar with the cost involved.
The Order of the Ascendant should be dedicated to uplifting humanity, not racking up a body count unduly. Our former department was shut down for things like this.
We should try to undermine her confidence. If we fail, accidental death is our fallback.
Seems reasonable. Appreciate you listening. Murder shouldn't be our first option here. Too many drawbacks, both mathematically and ethically.
Honestly, I'm relieved as well. I have been trying to be different. From the person others believe me to be.
From the legend? If you're retiring as the endpoint, we'll need to find you a colorful new sobriquet.
We should quickly brainstorm a new moniker for Marisol.
Oh, how about Executioner Emeritus?
The Decimator. Get it? 'Cause of math.
Oh, I like that one.
All right now, all right. We should go.
Hold on, any final pointers to share on this brain off?
Typical argumentation may prove useless, and she'll likely see through most attempts at deception.
Not with my pecs.
Unpredictable. Surprise her. But in the event you should fail, you'll need a viable backup plan, or it will erase any chance of success completely. The Anchorus is housed in a test chamber similar to this one. It's been refurbished with some rather tacky furniture, but much of the old experimental apparatus remains. There is a hatch near the elevator upstairs. An external ledge leads to a vent system that can connect the two chambers. Doing so will expose the Anchorus to a lethal atmosphere. I'll need to make an announcement afterward that an accident has occurred tied into the experiment.
For an extemporaneous plan, it's not a bad one. What if the Anchorus realizes what we're doing and calls for help?
I'll cut off her comms when she begins pleading. Oh, that sounds even more heartless when I say it out loud. Please choose wisely.
Alright, we should go.
Here's the hatch key in case you need it. May all your endeavors elicit expected results. And Marisol, do keep up.
Yeah, Marisol.
I'll meet you out.
Looks cool.
We'll find time for a private.
Feeling like I could take on the galaxy, Commander.
Alright, back up we go. Oh, experiment input settings is the floor below us. Okay, no, we're pretty good then. We're almost done with this place, I think. Alright, let's see what's out here. I'm mainly looking for loot rather than, you know. Anything else? This limited access control system was originally devised to reroute ventilation between the two test chambers during special, larger scale testing. Doing so now would expose the refurbished chamber to the toxiferous atmosphere created during the earlier mini-universe experiment. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I don't know why it was nesting a plasma grenade. But it was.
There you are. You saw the experiment through to the end, yes? The data hasn't arrived yet, so please do tell. Was it as beautiful as I imagined? Any inklings to the result? Or perhaps I oughtn't to have recloistered myself till after the experiment concluded, Well, don't just stand there. Tell me everything.
I don't think the universe was supposed to be that colour. It looked hungover.
What? Are you all right? Did you hit your head coming up here? I mean, what is that supposed to mean? It couldn't... Wait. Let's start from the beginning. Step me through your understanding of what's gone awry.
The equipment you're using is hopelessly out of date.
I assure you it is not. Grace was personally responsible for its selection after advisement by our team. Everything is modeled after top-order labs. What else concerns you?
The test assumes universal constants never vary. Can you be absolutely certain of that?
Everyone knows probabilistic variance doesn't occur. That's established bedrock. Not that I spend much time in the lab myself. And, well, with science, one is never truly certain. This was just a start. Such models typically make an enormous amount of errors at first. All quite expected. An anticipated setback, nothing more. It simply needs to be revised and refined. You certainly seem to be making a lot out of this, though, one must say.
You didn't seek this confirming evidence. Your approach was just a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Well, methodologically speaking, I don't see how that could... Oh. That may be true, actually. Look, there may be some validity to some of your points, yes. But we'll improve. We will continue to stride forward. There's absolutely no need for all this doom and gloom.
Improving the model and methodology won't fix the underlying research being bad science.
Why, I'm shocked. I'm certainly glad Seer Bujold isn't present to hear such a needlessly provocative and deplorable accusation. There is no call for that sort of meanness in the scientific field, and I can personally attest that it is categorically untrue. Now, is that all? Because I think I've had enough of all this. Everything we've done here is built off Seer Bujold's research, which is quite brilliant.
The experiment failed terribly. Your career's over. Time to retire.
Really? Will I become a laughingstock among my peers? Have the whispered jeers begun already? No. No. Calm down. Breathe. You've faced setbacks before. Ah! The experiment data just arrived in my terminal. Allow me to eyeball it a moment. Perhaps there's something here to help prove or disprove any of what you've been saying. Everything seemed within acceptable parameters. No discernible variance. So why did it fail?
See? Your own data supports everything I've been saying. Because the Foundation... I don't know, this feels like... Your own data supports everything I've been saying.
Oh, come now. One bad test doesn't mean the science is completely flawed. Does it? This little colloquy has proven rather arduous and... your points fail to... Wait. Considered as a whole... Damn it. No, I see it now. You are correct. We have obstinately and misguidedly blundered along here.
Indeed you have.
The flaws in Bujold's research now seem apparent. Time for me to admit my errors. I'll need to inform everyone. Shut down research and operations. What will I do now? There's no place for me. Go. Leave me be.
Our work here is done, it seems.
She's right there.
Fellow scholars of the Order, this is Anchor's Burner, with an unfortunate announcement. Our experiment today was a failure. Our line of inquiry has proven intrinsically flawed. I became dazzled with captivating ideas and ignored bad science. I am hereby canceling all shuttering the program and resigning from the order. If I have any final advice to impart to all of you is this: never follow your hearts.
It's kind of sad. She's gonna go be a homeless bum somewhere. I really wish they would have let us just, you know, let it finish and see what happens. Even if it just was a game over the screen, but like the entire universe somehow collapsed on itself. I'm gonna see a brew holder still down here, and then we'll leave. No. What if we connected the test chambers now? We'll leave it.
I understand now why they say never meet your heroes, Intercessor Delgado. You've truly been an enormous disappointment. A key experiment fails and Anchor's Brun abandons vital research right after you and your consort arrive. And we are all to believe these events were unrelated?
That's circumstantial and more than a mite bit paranoid. I expect better from an order scientician. Even one from the Department of Applied Scientism.
Don't think I don't see your handprints all over this, Delgado.
That's stupid. That experiment was deeply flawed. We did all we could to help.
Oh, I'm sure you did much to assist. I'm not buying it. The Anchoress, poor trusting soul that she was, may have believed you were here in good faith, but I don't. You're looking more and more like enemies to me.
I can tell you deeply want to believe in Anchor's Brun and CAB Holt's research.
You think I'm predisposed to assume their logic is sound and reasoning impeccable? Perhaps I do defer in part where such intellects are involved. Yet, the greater facts of this matter remain unevinced, and I remain unconvinced.
Buholt's work was dangerous. Your own calculations prove it reliably leads to disaster. Yeah, we'll do this one.
Wait, you're serious? That's why you all are actually here? Why you did what you did? Your methodology is straight out of the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection. That means our goals were contrary to the grand plan. Yes, we'll shut things down here. Go on, get going. I promise we'll all keep quiet. Fellow exemplars of the Order, stand down. Discipline and decorum are expected.
Oh, let's talk later.
All times.
Alright. I think that's everything here. Oh, right.
That was some good arguing. Reckon you'd give Auntie's litigation team a run for their bits.
Yes, well done, Commander. Anais will be pleased.
Yes, that's it. That is it indeed. Oh, I didn't see this. Notice that I had an average number of guards at point of observation. Without going into detail, our research is approaching a critical phase. The Anchoress's work must continue uninterrupted. The future of Arcadia depends on it. If anyone still must have hostile intent, shoot to kill. Grace Southworth. Oh. Up is Anais.
Oh, look who it is. The legendary former head intercessor of the Order. Another mission successfully completed. Made it through all that without a scratch, hmm? Glad to see. Here's a future I'd always hoped for. You listened. Didn't just rush in like, I am Marisol Delgado. I am always right, even when I'm wrong.
The credit or blame belongs to the commander here. It was their decision, ultimately.
You forget I know you. You always thought you knew better. No one could ever convince you of anything. Before, that is. Good to see. Maybe you are facing yourself.
There are a few things I'm still not used to saying. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Please. And thank you. But thank you, Anais.
At any rate, I'm off. You all take care now. Marisol, don't be too enigmatic or anything. Try. Before I forget. Meant to give you this earlier.
Was it another kit?
Oh, thank
Yes.
you. Anais? Goodbye.
I guess we'll never know what happened to Anchoress Chow,
Oh, Brun obviously murdered her. Thought you knew that.
Yeah, of course.
Perhaps it was an accident. Perhaps she simply wanted to knock Chow
I mean, she said as
unconscious
much.
so she could sneak away. Or not. Indefinite immurement isn't for everyone. Even the finest minds may crack under the strain. But her canned, feigned concern about Chow, how she kept changing the subject, both belied an underlying sense of guilt to me.
You sure you're doing alright after all that, Marisol?
Oh, not really. Not yet, at any rate. Everything's a bit raw right now. But suppose I will be. Thank you, dear.
Might take some time for Marisol to see yet, but I reckon this was the best possible outcome. There's always another way. Now she knows that too.
If you say so.
Best attend to the matter at hand.
Go ahead. Tell me what ails you.
Alright, let's leave. Incognito. Now the only question is Inez going to be back?
Commander, it's customary to evaluate results after a mission of reasonable significance. Would now be
Holy shit, that looks up. What's that block?
I've had some time to cogitate over what occurred at Point Obviation. Some parts don't sit right with me still. Wonder if you and I might talk it through.
You still think about what happened to Ankrite, bro?
A bit, yes. With the work I used to do, I'm no stranger to guilt and regret. Midway into my requisite sleep cycle is when it usually plagues me the most. With Ankress Brun, I know what we did was right. I know it saved lives. But we tricked her. Forced her to doubt her mind. You heard her. She's not just dissuaded. We broke her. And yet, such actions were par for the course for me in the past. When my remorse for Brun rears its head, it will need to get in line.
Any blame for Ankress Brun's fate should fall on her and that exemplar.
Southworth was complicit, yes. Though she's alive, I believe we've squashed her reviving my old department. Struck me as little more than a functionary with a gun, truth be told.
Admit I'd rather liked all the burning and weird experiments.
Yes, those parts did take me back. I can wax fondly about them now that we're no longer dead set on destruction. Well, one hopes. According to Anais, we greatly reduced the likelihood of that occurring. It's not zero, but completing the brain off lowered the chance significantly.
Now that some time has passed, how are you feeling about how you left things with Anais?
She seemed pleased that we listened to her concerns, so I've changed, apparently. Thanks to you.
The credit's all yours.
No. There's plenty of credit and blame to go around.
It's been a while since anyone gave me a good talking to like Anais did. And I'll admit your influence has been rather positive. I'm pleased with the path I'm on now. I didn't think this is what the plan had in store for me. I've been facing myself with the same zeal I face my enemies. With tidier results. Appreciate you taking the time to talk it over, Commander.
If x is the square root of -1, and you distribute the two binomials, may the...
Okay, I'm assuming Inez is still just not here. Nah. I think we'll go with auto loader. Now it's gonna temper damage resistance or sleep effectiveness of her armor. We'll do this one. Marisol, what have you got? This one. We'll do shield battery. Now let's have a look at what her new thing is. Marisol. Need to refill some of your gadget energy. Whatever, man. Who cares about that, am I right, chat? Inez is still not here.
Whatever you need, Commander. Just name
it. What about Aza?
What? Sorry.
Such as?
Companions, Aza. That's not what I wanted to look at. Do we have all of her Aza's upgrades? We do. Hold on, let me check something. Niles is done. Valerie's done. Nez is done. Tristan we can't do because he's bugged out. Marisol's done and ours is done. Alright. Let's see what have we got here. Alright, I know what to do here. Go to the cloister. No. Alright. Bye bye. Valerie and Aza. Get back on my team. Think I'm gonna go to the archive. Yeah. And we'll see what happens. I get here and do a manual save, and we'll go into the archive next time. For now, I'm gonna end this video. Watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow on Twitch helps even more. Regardless, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye for now.